recalibrate the earth back to its normal setting. Because everything's offsetting right now. Everything's abnormal. No one has to fear the Lord. No one really understands the Most High. So it only takes but the Most High just to do a little work and just to flip things right back to the normal setting, back to the false setting. That's all it is. Ain't nothing much to it. And this day and time that's coming down the pike is going to do just that. Very simple. Go on.
Verse 2. A day of darkness, a day of gloominess, a day of cloud of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains.
Right, as the morning spread upon the mountains. And it's going to be a day of mourning. When those missiles hit ground zero, it's going to emit a smoke, and the smoke is going to go in the air. That carbon city smoke is going to go in the air and amalgamate itself in the sky, therefore creating that dark, dreary environment.
Yes.
Go on.
A great people and a strong.
Yeah, that's the missiles. Go on.
There have not been ever like, neither shall be there any after it.
Absolutely.
Even to the years of many generations.
Right. Even to the years of many generations. So America's going to be destroyed. Great Britain is going to taste of that destruction to a degree. But the thing with certain lands around the world are going to be rebuilding. America's going to be a land which is going to be a burning pitch, 5,000 square miles of desert. And that's going to be, the judgment of the great horde which sitteth upon the many waters. That's written. You know? But yeah, the days are going to be heavy. The days of the Lord is going to be heavy indeed. And at the same time, guess what? In Daniel 7:1, there shall be deliverance. Okay? So brothers ain't going to get changed until they're beamed up in them ships. Go on.
Yeah, you was mentioning how pretty much America is going to be the mainland that's destroyed. You're going to have other places like Great Britain and so on and so forth.
Done.
And there's still going to be a small number of people alive.
Yes, they are.
It says here in 2nd Ezra 16 and 27, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice.
Right.
For of a city there shall be 10 left.
Right.
And 2 of the field,
right,
which shall hide themselves in thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks.
Right, so there you go. So you're gonna have a very few people that's gonna be alive and well and kicking, but they're gonna be very traumatized,
right,
due to the amount of calamities that have hit the earth.
Yep.
So again, the Most High is gonna really, pull a triggering event, so to speak. That's gonna, shake people to their core and have a change of heart altogether. And then you're gonna have a large amount of people that will die due to the destruction which is gonna come. Because everybody can't die. We're going to need our slaves, right?
Yeah.
To rebuild the kingdom.
Oh, the scriptures say what? To bind their kings with chains.
Exactly.
And their nobles with fetters of iron.
Right. So if everyone's going to die, where's the nobles? Where the nobles are going to be at? Where the kings going to be at? They got to be somewhere. And you know where they're going to be at? They're going to be in them underground bunkers.
Yep.
That's Amos, what is it, the 9th chapter. All of these scriptures are real, man. They're going to come to pass. Go on, my brother.
If I just say, Elder, that also means that there's no such thing as the Esau is done away with. No. Because we're going to need them in the kingdom, right? We're going to need them. If they're totally done away with, who's going to be? Because he that in captivity should also go into captivity.
Yes.
So we need to have this.
And also, too, it violates the scripture where it reads, there's no end to all of the people. So you're going to always have the nations around. So let's just say a bunch of Elamites passed on. You're still going to have a few Elamites around. But you just gonna have the nobles in it. That's all it is. You water, my brother.
2nd Ezra 16 and 29. It says, as in an orchard of olives, upon every tree, there are 3 or 4 olives.
Right.
For as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard.
Right.
Even so, in those days, there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword.
Yeah, you know what too, if it's safe to say, this shows you right here that the elect are going to be taken care of as well. Because you're still going to have food around here and there, but you're just not going to have food as you do in these stores. And you know what too, the Lord may even have us eating the same amount of food that we eat right now. But we just don't understand how that's going to be the case. Go on.
Oh, but that's why you said we don't understand how that's going to be the case. But that's why the scriptures say, be still, and I'm the Most High.
Exactly.
All we got to do is be still, trust, believe, and do the things that are pleasing unto the Lord, and be all right.
Because that's said in scripture, so the Lord can't lie. So he got to do it. Go on, my brother. No, let her hop. You got something, right?
No, I was going to quote this, the Lord doesn't lie, but it's all good.
Okay.
I had a piece of it.
You got it, my brother.
Malachi 4:1. Behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, all they that do wickedly shall be stubble. And they that cometh, the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith thy power of hosts, and the Lord shall leave them neither root nor branch.
Right. Yeah, so the Lord is going to destroy America till there's nothing left of it, so they can't come back. When you destroy something, when you take anything from the root, that's the whole plant. That's the whole thing. So that same plant can't back in the same spot anymore. You can't. All right, because you've taken the whole plant. It's dead. Once you take the whole plant, it's dead.
You get by the root. That's it. Once you get the root of something, it can't come back. It's not coming back.
There's no comeback. So America's going to be destroyed until it can't come back again. That's what that's going into. And so what you can do, my brother, get me on what the Apostle Peter was saying. I want to just say a couple of things in regards to what he was saying. Yeah, I want to stand right next to you.
I'll start with 9. It says, 2 Peter 3:9, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but he is long-suffering toward, not willing that any should perish, but all should come to repentance.
It's that, I think it's
In 10. I think the point he wants in 10.
Yeah.
To land back off Malachi 4.
Yeah, what is it, Chuck?
But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Right, and the elements, that's the part that I want. And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. So someone look up how, what's the Fahrenheit it takes to burn iron? And also look at the, if you go, there's a website where it actually shows you with the, the amount of, elements and how much does it take to burn.
Pure iron melts at 1,588 degrees Celsius. American language, 2,800 Fahrenheit. Degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
That's very hot.
Yeah, that's extremely hot. But I want you to go to this website. Low whether you could find it. You could just type on any website, but it actually shows you the amount of metals that burn at a particular Fahrenheit altogether. So you have barium oxide.
So the burning point.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna you get into it already, so I don't need you. You don't need to get into it. Yeah. Yeah, and the reason why I want you brothers to get into that anyway, because what you have in these of course in the skies, right? You have what is called barium oxide that's being blown up us, and some other metals too that we're breathing in and out of too. So there's a lot of chemicals and metals that our body doesn't need to digest that will digest anyway. And so what the Lord is going to do, he's going to use those missiles to eradicate all of these rudiments on our earth. So the earth can be what? That's why it's written, clean and dissolved. Because the earth is under the earth is contaminated with all of these chemicals and stuff exactly found under the habitus thereof, right? And then you have an influx of plastic in these oceans and stuff. So much so that you even have these sea creatures like the whales, the sharks, eating up all this plastic, even your sea turtle.
So the common metal melting points for zinc is 420 degrees Celsius, 788 degrees Fahrenheit. Aluminium, 660 degrees Celsius.
In America, they say aluminum.
Yeah. American.
Yeah, something else.
Yeah, that's 1,220 degrees Fahrenheit.
Y'all call it aluminium.
Yeah.
I like that. I like the way that's pronounced anyway. Aluminium. It sounds more easy.
You converted. For silver is 961 degrees Celsius,
Yeah.
or 1,761 degrees Fahrenheit.
Mm.
Gold, 1,064 degrees Celsius, 1,947 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Copper, you got 1,084 degrees Celsius, or 1,983 degrees Fahrenheit. And then for iron, you've got 1,538 degrees Celsius, or 2,800 degrees
So iron,
Fahrenheit.
yeah. So iron is the what is it? The hottest element, right? It's actually the element you have to burn. You have to burn the most to get to that Fahrenheit to burn it. You know, and that shows you why the Roman army, the Roman military at the time 2,000 years ago was so great, because they were using a rudiment that most people weren't using at the time. So they would use it for their swords and their helmets and all that. You know, and the helmet and the shield and the bucklers and all that. You know what I mean? But yeah, so basically the missiles, they're gonna be able to burn all of these rudiments.
Yep.
So if there's any kind of barium or any form of metals that we don't see that Esau found a way to break down to release, it can easily dissolve it. It's nothing for the Lord to restore the earth back to its normal setting. It's going to be easy, because the Lord is going to have a great wave of the flames of the fire that's going to come out of those nukes to wipe everything clean. Remember, we're talking about the second death. The first death. Why is it considered the second death? Associating it with the the flood.
Yep.
Because the first death came with a great wave of death. The second death is going to come with a great wave of flames of fire. So the Lord's destruction is going to be major on the scale that is going to be major. You want to talk about the chariots coming out of their fire to the bits, and to include the missiles. It's going to be a lot. Go on, my brother.
This is
And all of that fire is what's going to make everything new. Go on, brother.
I'm going to say something else though, right?
Yeah.
That's why when it comes to the Lord, He's in control of all elements,
Right.
right?
Right.
I saw something here a second ago, right? I'm not sure if I'm the one to call this out too. It says there's another metal called tungsten. Did you read that a second ago?
No, I didn't, but yeah.
Tungsten, from what? And it says tungsten is a rare, extremely hard steel, gray and silver metal, represented by the chemical symbol W, from its alternative name Wolfram, and atomic number 74. It is the highest melting point of all pure metals. So just to add to the information.
Does it give you the Fahrenheit it burns in?
It said, oh yes, it says metals. It says 3,422 Celsius or 6,192 Fahrenheit.
You know what you could use that for? You could use that for racing brakes, man.
Yeah.
Them racing brakes, they burn quite a bit. So you can actually use that element for racing brakes.
I don't know you're into cars, and I know you're into sports cars and stuff. So
Yeah. And this brother, he knows what I'm talking about too. He's in the cars too.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah, go on, brother.
2 Peter 3, jumping up a couple verses, this is verse 6. Whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished, but the heavens and the earth which are now, by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men.
Right, and against the judgment and the tradition of ungodly men. So that's why all of this is going to happen. It's to get rid of the wicked from off the face of the earth. First, including the wicked and the wicked of our people and these other nations too. And to put fear in the hearts of men, so that men can tremble at the presence of the Lord, the power of the Lord, which is going to be demonstrated, of course, by using the left-hand side, which is Esau. And that's what she's going to do. Go on, my brother.
Yeah, this is Psalms 68 and 20. He that is our power is the power of salvation.
And someone read that again to 2 Peter 3 in verse 10. Yeah, go on now.
He that is our God is the God of salvation, and unto our power and Lord belongeth the issues from death.
Right. Yeah, so that's all we need. Yeah, so hit me back with 2 Peter 3. Yeah, verse 10.
This is 2 Peter 3. This is 2 Peter 3 and verse 10. For the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, the elements shall melt with fervent heat,
Right.
the earth also, and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
Right. So all of the works thereof shall be burned up. And that's why it's written too that the devil found no place in heaven. Because what does it mean when his place is no more found in heaven? Meaning on earth, he had no dwelling place because it was fully dissolved to its destruction. Because the fires took care of it. That's the way it's going to be destroyed. All right. So the heat, so much so, is going to eviscerate everything in its path and melt all of these metals that we don't even see. And it's going to be clean. The earth is going to be clean and dissolved. And that's going to be the great judgment of the Most High. This is the second death now. The second wave of death which is coming. And that's why we, the prophets, are on the scene to warn our people of the so-called Black Latins, Native American Indians, of that nation, or as a collective, as a people, which really in time were the nation of Israel. And you ought to repent back to the Most High so we don't get dissolved in its flames and fires. Go on, brother.
Ezekiel 3:17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me.
Right, and that's the key, is to give them warning from the Lord. So if we know, as well as what I've spoken of, that behooves us to get in line and tell it like this, rather than hiding this information. The scripture says, would you put this, lit a candle and put it under a bushel? Right. You gotta show this candle. You gotta show this light to the world. So that the world can be aware and know, okay, cool, I was told. Now people can't say, oh yeah, well I didn't know. The world didn't know. Because we were out telling them like it was. We was opening up the books to you. Yeah. And we told you that this is what this meant, etc., etc. We broke it down to you while you're going off. There's so many videos that we've uploaded on YouTube. It's amazing. Right, so now it's not going to be no cloak for your sins. When the time comes.
Precept.
Right? Come on.
Joel 2:1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion,
right,
and sound an alarm in
and
my...
that shows you too that the Lord is only concerned with his people Zion. Yes. It says blow ye the trumpet in Zion. It didn't say blow the trumpet in every nation. It didn't give you a list of nations. Oh, blow the trumpet in Elam. Blow the trumpet in Ishmael. You know what I'm saying? Like it never said anything. It never said anything of that nature whatsoever. It said blow ye the trumpet in Zion. Go on.
Joel 2:1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in the holy mountain.
Someone get me Psalms 147, 19. They read on, brother.
Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble.
Right, let all the inhabitants of the land tremble. So who really should be trembling? The Israelites should be trembling. They should be fearing the Lord and trembling. But evidently that's not really the case. But they gonna tremble when the going gets tough. When it gets real hot on the streets. Yeah, they gonna tremble then. It's gonna get real to them then. But right now, you see, they ain't really seeing it. But it's okay. It's all right. They'll see it. Everybody eventually sees something anyway.
Yep. You want to got Psalm 147? Psalm 147 and 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Right, he showed his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. And what else?
Verse 20. He have not dealt so with any nation.
Right, he have not dealt so with any nation. So you see, these are the same scriptures that we keep quoting over and over. As a broken record as we gonna sound like, right? And whoever has an issue with it, we don't give a damn about who has an issue with it, man. Whether these Christians do like vocab alone, listen, vocab alone can do whatever the fuck he's doing. And until the cows come home, we're not going to change our message. We're going to present to you the same message over and over and over again. Because vocab, the devil himself, has no power over us. He's no longer the head of the narrative. You know, he no longer can override us with his white lies and his bullshit. It's over and out for you, so it's done. It's a done deal. Have you seen the state of affairs of America lately? That should tell you everything you need to know. Have you seen all of these Edomites and these women complaining about the standard of living? They ain't got no power. They even see themselves as fucking victims now. The American people, for the very first time in their lives, can now look at themselves as victims. They were looking at themselves like that before. So that shows you your power is gone in some.
Gone.
Exactly.
Finishing out Psalms 147 and 20. He have not dealt so with any nation,
Right.
and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord.
Yeah, and that's the Lord's talking. That ain't us talking. That's the Most High Yahweh Shai speaking. All we're doing to you is reading what the Lord said. That's it. So the Lord ain't dealing with no other nation. He's dealing with his people, the so-called black man, the so-called Latino Native American man. It's very simple. Now you got some people among us that you got some among the heathen that may be our people. Cool. But if they are, they could convert to this. If they're the elect, they're gonna convert it either. Yeah. Right? But if they're not, then I mean screw you, man. You're just gonna have to serve slavery. That's all it is. It ain't nothing to it. Go on, brother.
It's the 2 Ezra 6 and verse 56. As for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing,
Right.
but be like unto spittle,
Right.
and hast likened the abundance of them
They're dropping. Go on, brother.
unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
Right, exactly. So the Most High don't really see anything of value of anything. Excuse me. The Lord doesn't see anything of value of these people whatsoever. So why should we? There's some people whom the Lord has chosen unto himself, and it's people, the majority of them, that he didn't choose. And realistically, when you check it, these other nations, they were only built for our cause anyway. They were only built for the cause of giving us out whenever we went against the Most High, right? So now they're going to be used for our cause to exemplify our blessings. That's all there is to it. And when you really check it too, when you check the history of these other nations, the Most High really created them. And this is just, me speaking as a man, based on what I'm looking at, right? The Most High created these nations to put hell on us. When you check it, we went through every captivity under them, and we caught hell under them. And what's it going to be at the very end? What's it going to be when it's all said and done? We're going to be over them, put them into captivity. So that's really what they're part to play with in all of this. The Most High didn't create these nations to be eventually equal with us. No. He really created them at the very end so that we can learn something and be above them. Huh? We're going to need them slaves too. Because I want to live good, man. I want to live nice. I want to live in luxury, man. I want to sit that palace and don't have to do any kind of housework because I'm a lawrence baby. All right. With princess. Yasha'Allah. With Yasha'Allah. Absolutely. Yeah, so, hey, man. Like, case in point. Like, during the time of Solomon, King Solomon was selling the fine flour, and he was sending it to Hiram the Grip, and that was just to pay him off because of what he did. So, you got all kind of fine flour on the earth. What the hell are they going to do with that fine flour? They're going to make us cakes with that stuff, man. You're going to be in, let's say you're going to sit down right at your table. You ain't going to be pulling your chair to sit down. No, they're going to pull your chair for you. Right. So you ain't going to have to do anything. Any kind of garbage you got to take out, they're going to be taking out the garbage. They're going to be doing the dishes. They're going to be doing all of that stuff, man, while you got important things to focus on. Right. That's why you got your slaves. You're going to have your concubines rub your back. They're going to be on the ready. They're going to route on your back. You know how them the Moabites. Yeah. Right? So that's why all of that's there. And that's what I'm saying. That's why these nations
don't miss the spot.
And they don't miss it either.
They want to live, right?
Yeah. Right. So that's why they're there for, man. They're just there to make your life easier. So we're going to be living a privileged lifestyle. You see when you go to those those top restaurants, right? And yeah, it can cost an arm and a leg. It can, right? But guess what? The service is kick-ass. The way they treat you, man. The way they present the food to you. You know what I mean? And you just feel good because it's like, man, it's nice. The service is beautiful, and it's just little things in life. You know what I mean? That you gotta really pay attention to. And then when you're well-to-do too, man, you get treated differently. Even your women treat you differently. The women that you're gonna attract is gonna be different. They're gonna treat you like they can help you out and everything. Because you know what the problem is, right, with the so-called black woman? The reason why the so-called black woman struggle to be a woman and to be a helper to a man, because a lot of these women can't even help themselves. So I mean, how you gonna be a helpmate if you struggle to help yourself? A lot of these so-called black women got problems, and a lot of them are poor-minded. They don't have a ruling class mentality. So whenever they do got a man, they gonna treat them like shit, because we come from a poor situation. You know, so when the kingdom is set up, we're gonna have a higher regard mentality, and we're gonna treat each other as such. Like when you get around them high rich Edomites, man, you act a certain way. You don't just act like a nigga. There's a certain way you conduct yourself. So when we get around each other, we're gonna look at each other like we're royalty.
That's the spirit, brother. That's the spirit. And cut scenes, cut him, man. If you're wrong, in the way.
Just in time, man.
I got a precept.
Come on, brother.
This is
See, that's why you gotta be careful what you talk about, because you can just manifest it. Yeah.
This is Isaiah 60 and 10. And the sons.
And they're gonna be virgins for real. You see them wearing all white and all that. They're gonna. That's gonna be a real thing. All of your women, they all gonna be virgins. They're gonna be clean virgins. They ain't gonna be no used up women that you just met her with. High mileage. She already had like what, 20 guys before she got there. You ain't none of that bullshit. I'm telling you.
And that's also another sign too, because what? We're in the time of Isaiah 4 and
right, Isaiah 4
and 1.
Yeah.
You know, 7 women shall take hold upon a man. And that was more than 7 there, so
right.
It's a completed number,
it's
you know.
It's a completed number. Like Apostle Hart said, we getting all of them.
Isaiah 60 and 10. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy womb.
Thank you, my brother. See, these are my favorite scriptures right here.
It says, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy womb.
Right.
And their king shall minister unto thee.
Right, see, that's what I'm saying. So that's what they're going to be built for. The kings of the heathen, the nobles of the nations, they're going to be building up our altars. They're going to be building up your palaces. And that's what just like, you know, that's what tickles my fancy, man. It's the luxurious lifestyle that we're going to be living. You know what I mean? Because I love nice things, man. I mean, it's just me, I can't help it. But I love nice things. You know what I mean? Like just surrounding in beauty. Everything is fine. Everything just, you know, everything is the way it gotta be. And your environment smells good, smells nice. Huh?
Also cold.
Yeah. Everything just looks good, everything smells good, and it's smooth. Go on. And your women treat you like a king. Wow. Go on, brother.
There's more. Isaiah 49 and 22. Thus saith the Lord, thy power, behold, I will lift up mine hand to the Gentiles.
Smooth music in the background too. Come on now.
And set up my standard to the people, and they shall bring thy sons and thy daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders,
right.
And kings shall be their nursing fathers,
right.
And their queens thy nursing mothers.
Absolutely. So let's just say, right, you got your sons. Your sons ain't gonna have to they ain't gonna have to. They don't want to walk on the floor. They don't have to walk on the floor. They even are gonna pick them up. They even practice that in certain countries too.
Yep.
Where they have their own. Like what they'll do is they'll pick up their king and while he's sitting on the ship and he don't even touch the floor. So if you want a nigga to do something like that, they can do that for you, man.
Reading on. Thy nursing mothers, and they shall bow down to thee with their faces to the earth and lick up the dust of thy feet.
Right, meaning to symbolize their servitude. So yeah, we're going to be living priestly and kingly. And like I said, we're going to be smelling good. We're going to be high class individuals. See, right now we're living in a second class condition, and we're being treated as such. And when you're a second class individual, everything around you get is going to be on some bullshit. Even the relationships is going to be on some bullshit. And that's just the thing about life. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just the way that it is. You get what you want. You don't get what you want. You get what you want. You know, so in the kingdom, we're going to get what we're going to be.
Right.
We're going to know what it's like to live as superiors. And when you check it out too, the amount of gold that Solomon had was just crazy. He had about what, it was about 666 talents of gold he had. So if you break down the amount of a talent, now we're talking about a lot of gold. That's how he was able to build the temple. You know, you can't be no poor cat building the temple with pure gold. You gotta listen. You gotta have an excessive amount of wealth of gold to do that.
Yeah.
You can't be no regular ass nigga doing that, man.
Nope.
You gotta have all that gold. You gotta own an excessive amount of land too.
Yep.
Go on, my brother.
Just to finish off. Lick off the dust of thy feet, and they shall know that I am thy power, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for me.
Yeah, and speaking about gold and silver and bronze, it
Yeah.
actually speaks about that in Isaiah the 16th chapter too. Yeah, go, please, brother. I'm saying you.
Yeah, there's just one precept I want to bring up before we go there, if I may.
Yeah, you go.
This is Tobit 13, and I'll start at 15. Let my soul bless the Most High Yahweh, the great King. For Jerusalem shall be built up with sapphires and emeralds and precious stones.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thy walls and towers and battlements with pure gold.
Yeah, so these ain't no regular stones that you buy in a jewelry shop that cost maybe about several hundreds of pounds or dollars or whatever. No. These are stones that will cost you tens of thousands of dollars.
Yep.
In some cases, maybe about 100 grand. You understand? Even a ruby is still very costly. Like I was checking out the cost of a ruby, right? And I believe if my memory serves me correctly, it was going for 14,000. And it's this small body. That's how much it's going for. So just imagine if you want something like this thick, that's gonna cost you about 100 and something thousand, or 300,000, something like that. And we're gonna just have that up in scoops, in abundance. So that's showing you how high of a value group of people we're gonna be.
No concrete pavement, man.
Yeah.
Tarmac roads.
Tarmac roads, man. Listen, all of that tarmac shit is gonna be right back on in existence in our life.
Yep.
We're never ever gonna experience poverty never again. Our life is gonna be pretty much based off of luxury. That's it. And even your children, they're not really gonna be so. Because you see how it is with Jake now, right? Jake is so wanting Jake is so wanting of want to have money and everything. That's because Jake never had shit. But if your kids are growing up in that situation, they're not really gonna see the difference too much. They're not gonna be so wanting to be wealth hungry. They're gonna be cool, calm, and collected in their life. But with us now, of course, we haven't seen shit, so we're so eager to want to get into that experience. Go on, brother.
Yeah, and people, because of that, if I could say, because of that, they take deals,
They take
bad
deals.
deals.
Yeah.
Back to we were saying about our children, when they grow up in the kingdom, they're going to have a healthy self-esteem.
Right.
Not like in this kingdom, people are, they do all kinds of things just to have a standard, a decent living, standard of living, and it's kind of because of the curses.
Yeah.
But it took a toll on people.
Yeah.
It took a toll on people. Therefore, people are doing all kinds of things. They have a low self-esteem.
Yeah, they have a low
They
self-esteem.
worship the white man.
Yeah.
Just to mention a couple of things.
Yeah.
But our children they're gonna come up with a healthy self-esteem. They're gonna be beaming.
Right.
They ain't even gonna know what it's like to walk on concrete.
Right.
Enough said.
No, you're absolutely right. There ain't gonna be no concrete. And you walk on this concrete at a consistent basis, and it's fucking up your joints, it's messing up your back. And then you gotta go to the doctor to go check to see what's going on with your bodily wise, man. All of that, none of that stuff is going to exist. We're gonna live a life of what we call supremacy, quality.
Can I back up, Elder, with that
Go on,
scripture?
brother.
Revelations 21 and 21.
Like we talking about quality standard, high quality standard living. We're gonna be living. Yeah, on an ancient type of level too. Not no modern bullshit that you see out here when you watch these reality TV shows with these silly ass girls and shit.
Oh.
And these effeminized men that you see on there buying these girls' purses. And that's not even real, because when you check it, most people that do good in this society really ain't a bunch of young boys that's just sporting Lambos, man. It's a bunch of old folk.
Yeah.
That's who's really got the money. Go on, brother.
Revelation 21 and 21. and the 12 gates were 12 pearls. Every
As a matter
seven.
of fact, you had something different.
You
No,
go
finish,
first. You go.
finish.
You finish. Yeah, bro. So like
Okay, but there's another precept I just wanted to bring out to add to that and then go back to it.
Okay.
This is Sirach 11:25. In the day of prosperity,
I want to be fair, man. Because I know you was reading first.
it says in the day of prosperity, there's a forgetfulness of affliction.
Right.
And in the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity.
Yeah, read it again.
This is Sirach 11:25. In the day of prosperity, there is forgetfulness of affliction.
Yeah.
And in the day of affliction,
Yeah, since you want to read that, get me what is it? 1 Corinthians. Is it 4:17? Or is it 2 Corinthians? No, 4:17, yeah. I'll give you that again.
Sirach 11:25.
Yeah.
In the day of prosperity, there is forgetfulness of affliction.
Right.
And in the day of affliction, there is no remembrance of prosperity.
Right. In the day of affliction, there's no remembrance of prosperity. But in our case, in the kingdom, yeah, so in our case in the kingdom, we're going to forget about affliction. We're never going to remember the ill and bad times we suffer. Why? Because we're going to be doing too goddamn well. We're going to be drenched in the blessings. The Lord ain't never lied, man.
Blessings are flow
Yeah, so yeah, hit me with that, brother.
2 Corinthians 4:17. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory.
Right. And that's another key word, eternal weight of glory. So our glory is going to be eternal. So we're going to continue to excel in our glory. Really in the Lord's glory, because it's going to be His kingdom. Remember. So we're gonna continue to glory in His kingdom. So right when you think you got it all going on right now, man, and, you know, you feel complete in your life. No, your life is just going to get better.
Yeah.
Your experience in the kingdom and your goodness and your blessedness is just going to increase.
Precept.
Go on, brother. And remember too, let's not forget the earth is going to get bigger in size too. So that means more wealth. And we're going to access other planets too.
Yeah.
All right?
We're going to be popping out them kids.
That's right. We're going to be popping out them kids, and that means more business too. The bigger the families, the bigger the businesses. See? Go on, brother.
That's why in order to receive all these blessings and gifts, we have to go through the
We
suffering.
got to go through the suffering. That's right, my brother.
As it says in James 1:4. But let patience, which means suffering, have her perfect work.
Right.
That ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing.
Right, that you may be perfect, entirely wanting nothing. And how do we get to that point? By fearing the Lord. And I want to show you that. If you can, get me the Apocrypha. And get me, I think it's Sirach 40. We're going to go back to these scriptures. Sirach 40 in verse 24, I believe it is. Start by reading verse 25. Any one of you brothers can
Sirach
get it.
40 and
40 and 24.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, well,
Oh yeah, this is the one.
Yeah.
Verse 25. It says Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach 40 and 26, riches and strength. 25.
and read it with a little bit of power too, bro.
Ecclesiasticus 40 and 25. Gold and silver make the foot stand sure, but counsel is esteemed above them both.
Go on.
Riches and strength lift up the heart,
Right.
but the fear of the Lord is above them both.
Right.
There is no want in the fear of the Lord.
That's what I was getting at. There is no want to the fear of the Lord. Because see, check this out, right? A man could have all of the wealth and the excessive riches they can have, right? But you know you need that final it's kingly essential that you need this. And what you need is the Lord with you. Because the Lord is the essence of man's prosperity. If you can give me that, just one more scripture. The essence of a nation's prosperity, especially the nation of Israel, is Yahweh, through his son Yahweh. Right? So that's what's going to have us continue being excellent in the kingdom of heaven. Let me say it even more and better. Let me quote the scripture we just read. That's what's gonna happen, so that we're gonna have the eternal weight of glory, because the Lord is gonna be with you. It's gonna be His glory, by the way. So like I was saying before, we're not gonna be living the way we're living right now. You know, here it is, you get you a woman, right, and you find out some bullshit ass woman. You know, your woman is gonna be a high class woman. She's gonna treat you like a high class man. You're gonna be treated as a prince. The reason why you're being treated the way you're treated now, because you've been brought on the tribute. That's the reason why. So everything around you, you think is something because you ain't really had anything, and it's all bullshit anyway. And that's why the scripture says, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all of those things will be added unto you. Because if our circumstances don't change, then the treatment ain't going to change. Go on, brother. You think you got the scripture I'll call for.
Humility and fear. Humility and fear of the Lord are riches and honor.
Yeah, you can get that. You can get that.
This is Proverbs 22:4. By humility and the fear of the Lord, the Habashim Yahushai, are riches and honor and life.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you want to be honorable, if you want to be an honorable individual, you have to go through humiliation first. And there you go. So you're going to get that. That's eventually going to come, but you're going to have to suffer the process. That's why the brother Ahab read, let patience have a perfect work. So we got to go through the difficult times until the time will be appointed that we'll receive the blessings. And Yahweh Shah is gonna appoint the blessings. Absolutely. And it's to a point now, like, you know, when I see these women, right, I can just kind of tell if I was with them, just reading their spirits, she's gonna give me a hard time. I can already see it. You know? They're gonna give you a hard time. The way they talk, the way they act, the way they walk, you can see it, man. It's clear. Sometimes you can read people sometimes, man. And you get them mapped the fuck out correctly. Go on, brother.
And two, to give them this fair breed. I mean, that only applies to the truth, but there's got to be some kind of common ground. And they do things older than these
into the world. Yeah. Really what you need is a woman that's gonna again support you, help you out so that she can help your family. If she can't do that, then you know what? It's best for you to just leave her too. Like that situation over there, let's just say you was in a situation with that. How is that gonna help you out as a man? How is that gonna get you to the point of the point as a man, you in that situation? Come on, brother. It doesn't add up. It doesn't. If it ain't math in it, it's not for you to invest in. Go on, brother. That's just me talking anyway. And what I noticed too about life, you gotta look at life as a science, man. And that everything has to be calculated. You gotta calculate everything. You gotta see, okay, is this gonna work? And if it does work, I get into that. I'll invest in it. Wow. If it ain't gonna work, I don't want nothing to do with it. Because I don't. One thing I don't like nowadays is wasting my time.
Yeah. You know why, Elder? Because your time is precious. You know, precious time.
Yeah. You going, brother?
This is back in Tobit 13 and 17. And the streets of Jerusalem shall be paved with beryl and carbuncle and stones of Ophir.
Yeah, that's gotta be what is it? Like a greenish, like an emerald green type of color. You read that they give up on the show?
And the streets of Jerusalem shall be paved with beryl.
Yeah, it's gonna be paved with beryl. That's like a green sort of gemstone. Someone look up beryl.
Beryl is green, isn't it?
Yeah, it's green. But what kind of color is that? What kind of green? Excuse me. What kind of green is that?
11 brother.
Beryl.
Yeah. Yeah, it's equivalent to emerald. That's what I was thinking. Showing on my brother. Yes, it's emerald equivalent. It's just like a light of emerald, as you can see on camera. Yeah. So.
Yep. Verse 18. And her streets shall say, Hallelujah,
Right.
and they shall praise him, saying,
Yeah.
Blessed be the Most High Yahweh.
And that's another goodly thing about the kingdom is that the kingdom itself is going to praise the Lord. Man.
Oh, yes.
It's going to exalt him. The glorification of our kingdom, the environment itself is going to praise him. Yeah, that's like a ruby. Yeah.
I believe it is a ruby, but that's the biblical name, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, if you got those kind of gemstones, that's gonna be what is it? Be paid in the kingdom. Come on now, like, those are not no cheap ass stones. That's not no regular stone. You spend hundreds of
Sweet, man,
pounds.
sweet.
These are costly stones in the thousands. In some cases, 100,000. And that's what's gonna be paid on our city. So we're gonna be a glorious looking people.
Yeah.
Our city is gonna be a glorious
Carbuncle.
city. See, when you look at the UK,
Bell.
right? And no disrespect. And also when you look at America too, it looks like shit. It looks dark and dreary. You got shit on the floor, man. Even when you go to these world of Europe, so kind of shit on the floor. And people just look poor, they don't dress up anymore. Call me Bobby. Right? But in the kingdom, we're gonna be looking glorious. We're gonna be dressed to impress.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna be quality, like I said. We're gonna have a high standard of quality living. The children that you're going to reproduce, they're going to be
Belgium
quality
style.
standard.
Beautiful color, bro. Bell.
They're going to respect their elders. They're going to have a sense of respect.
Bell.
Our offspring,
You can see it.
the people
Bell
of Israel
gemstone.
are going to have a sense of respect. They're going to walk with respect. They're going to respect one another. They're going to treat each other with kindness. It ain't going to be no nigga shit. Like when you hit the projects, right? Or brothers you live in the projects, you know. Yeah, you're cool with one another and all that, but there ain't no sort of respect and kindness. In the kingdom, we're gonna respect one another.
If I could just say it.
Yeah, go on, bro.
People ain't necessarily wicked and malicious. Like
It's the
everybody's
environment.
It's the environment, and it's like what's that crabs in the barrel
Barrel mentality.
effect. So once upon a time, that people, you know, when you speak to some of the people that are older than us, they say you could go out of your house and leave the doors open.
Yeah.
Now everybody, things have ramped up.
Yeah.
People are trying harder. It's harder to survive.
Right.
So people may turn on their neighbour, which the scriptures think that's going to happen. But people are a bit more on edge,
Right.
because of the stress that people are experiencing.
Yeah, and you know what too as well. You know what I believe, right? Where the crabs of barrel mentality comes from. It comes from people that come from a household where they got like 8, 9, 10 siblings, where they had to go fight, you know, just so they could sleep in a particular area, you know, and all that shit, you know, because you know moms only can afford maybe a 2-bedroom household or whatever. So all of these kids, they had to fight through and you know, and get their own little space or
Sibling
whatever.
rivalry as well.
Sibling rivalry.
Yeah.
So they kind of come out with that kind of mentality. They grew up with that mentality and they take that on the work.
Right. It's the curses as well.
And it's that's the ultimate
Because,
thing.
because you know, the scripture says that your eye
Shall be
brother
evil
shall be
towards
evil
your
towards your brother.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that crab in the bucket mentality is more like envy. See, Jake doesn't want to see another Jake getting up there because he can't play.
Yeah.
So he don't want no one to play. And it's a sad way to be. Like,
It's unfortunate, yeah.
true.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
Yeah.
That's your point as well. And really and truly, that's the difference between us and the other nations, man. Even when you look at the small hats, you know, they keep it in the, you know, they business with each other. Elam, you know, the way they help their people come here and make sure they've got a sustainable living situation for themselves and their family. They help each other. But us, Jake, we're like, we want you to do good, but not better than me. You know?
Yeah, but you know, just like the officer said, though, it really boils down to the person. That's really the nuts and bolts of it all. And that's why we're so messed up overall. That's why we're in environments, going into, you know, nonsensical environments. I got 2 of them, man. Oh, that's yours. Okay. You're going, brother.
Oh yeah. This is Baruch 4 and 25. It says, my children suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from the Most High. For thine enemy hath persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction, and shalt tread upon his neck.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. That's another blessing to have, is being able to persecute your enemies, to get your lip back on your enemies that did wrong to you. All these years we had to suffer just, going through the motions of this life, knowing damn well that these people fucked us up, man. And couldn't get our look back. But the time is going to come, we're going to be able to get our look back. Like when Esau told us, right, oh yeah, y'all are free now. Back in 1865, when you had the Emancipation Proclamation, that was all bullshit. The Emancipation Proclamation was just slaves going from the north and being slaves, going from the south and being slaves up north.
Right.
That's all it was. So we went really from from hardcore slavery to sharecropping to being corporatized slaves. It hasn't changed at all. Now everyone's a slave. Everybody's a corporatized slave now.
And they were still doing that in America up until the 60s.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even that long ago when they stopped doing it.
Yeah. But you still had niggas picking on pop. Yeah. Hardcore in the 60s.
Some of them, like, was it so, they were so secluded, isolated,
Yeah.
that they didn't even know that laws had changed and there was freedom
Yeah.
and stuff.
Especially the older ones too. Yeah. Especially them older Judites and some of them Reubenites over there.
That's some wicked shit.
Yeah. So they just kept it going. If you want to get your profits, because Esau's about profits. They was all about the money. They never cared about our life. And they don't give a shit about human life right now. And that's why we're going to kick their fucking asses now. Go on, my brother.
I'll read it again. Baruch 4:25. It says, my children suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from the Most High. For thine enemy have persecuted thee, but thou shalt shortly see his destruction and shalt tread upon his neck.
Yeah, you shall surely see his destruction. We're kind of seeing it in a roundabout way. We're seeing these Edomites complain about the standard of living and, the ending of the world. And you know what, too? The Spirit got me sensing that these devils are becoming very racially, not racially, but racially guilty. There's a sense of racial guilt with these Edomites now, because they know, man. Like, one thing about Esau, they know that there's what is it? If you do wrong, you shall receive the wrong.
Oh, right.
They know that very well.
Manifest destiny.
Yeah, they said that.
As they say,
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So they know that what they've done to so-called black people was terrible. They know this very well, and they can't hide from it. That's why they all talking about it on the IG. And you got some Edomites. They're just like very upset of just being who they are.
Yep.
So there's a lot of that going on too. And that's what's really having an effect on them negatively, and as well as the whole country.
Because they know that, look, they like to say things like, oh, I never but you know that it doesn't matter what you say. You know ultimately that it's your people.
Yeah.
So it's a collective, man. If we are collectively what you say we are, then collectively you are what we say you are. They like to bunch us
all together.
We're all murderers or drug dealers,
right.
violent, and all this, that, and the other. What else can you say for those people?
Yeah.
Ultimately, the Lord, that's how the Lord did it.
Yeah.
This nation, he put the whole of Israel, the whole nation of Israel under the curses.
Yeah, sure did.
So the reversal has to happen.
Absolutely. And that's what's beginning right now, because again, they're complaining about the standard of living. And Jake been going through that through ages. Being undermined in so many different ways. Red line, using all forms of oppression against our people. But we've just stuck with it. Now these crackers, they can't even deal with it. I gotta cut.
It's hard.
Yeah, man, I gotta cut down on that C word right there, man. No, but I mean,
but that just means that terminology, for those that don't know, that comes from them cracking the whip, man.
Yeah.
There's no power behind. There's no racial power behind that when you say that.
That's right. That's very true.
There's no power there, man.
Mm-hmm.
You can't call them that and they're gonna go home feeling the way about it.
Yeah.
So no, I think you're right to say that. To be honest.
Yeah. Man.
Ain't nothing wrong with saying that. It is what it is. That's what they did, right? We
Yes,
never
they did
that.
that. Yeah, they did.
So that's on them.
Yeah.
They was cracking the whip, man.
Yeah, they was. And they did it's terrible.
Yeah.
So all of that right there, they know, like I was saying, that they're gonna have to pay the piper one of these days. They know it's coming, and that's why they all have this racial guilt trip now. And you know what? Have at it, Esau. You deserve to be guilty because you're guilty.
If I may say something else though, that's why we have to crack them back spiritually.
Oh yeah, we will.
All right? And that's why they know they do it wrong, because they say let bygones be bygones.
Right.
Because they know they're being spiritually whipped now, right? And then they say, okay, can we all get along? All of a sudden we could join. No, I don't go that way. It's just, the deal is done. It's done.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't forget nothing.
They don't forget nothing.
Why should we?
Yeah.
It's like you gotta always remember 9/11. You gotta remember what happened in the Second World War. You gotta remember what happened in the Civil War G's. But whenever we talk about our plight, just let it go. You talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, because when you talk about it, you highlight the issue.
Yes.
And you highlight that the same American people, the same Edomites that like to shake your hands, pat you on the back, work with you, they're really the devil, and they don't want you to look at them as the devil.
Woo! I just pulled up the Thomas. To back you up, though, I just pulled up the Thomas Jefferson quote. Right, it was that famous quote. Famous quote, 1981. Said, "I tremble for my country when I reflect that."
Sorry, 1981.
1781. 1781. Yeah. That famous quote, Thomas Jefferson. "I tremble for my country when I reflect that God is just, that his justice cannot sleep forever."
Wow.
Right? Kissinger, this is what he said. He said,
Interesting.
in
I
context,
never heard this before.
It's a heavy quote.
I've done a video on it years
good.
ago. Because I know that in the Christian church, that's all they take. To your point, that they drum that in you, let bygones be bygones. Don't go, that's what they were doing. I started to be cognizant of that. That's all they want to drum on in the church. So that famous quote says, Jefferson used the line to express his moral dread over the institutions of America's slavery and his fear of divine retribution upon the nation.
Right.
And he had slaves when I done some research.
When you said divine retribution, that's heavy.
They Edomite, but as you say, to your point, Older, they worry about, they know there's something that guilt them.
Yeah, because if Thomas Jefferson can say all of that, then that means they know that it's coming down the pipe. They know. And that's why, and that's the reason why they keep looking at Jacob, pointing the finger. Look what these niggas is doing. All the daggone time. Every time Jake do something or some wicked shit, they're always the first ones on the X to talk shit about Jake. Or even wherever you find them talking shit about. Because what it's really to do about this, what they want to do is they want to make themselves feel better about themselves for the wrongs that they have done. So if we keep doing some nigga shit, then maybe they can say to themselves, well, maybe it was kind of cool that we used to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? But when we don't do no wrong, now it's just like, oh shit, like we fucked up.
The statistics prove them wrong.
Yeah.
They're the most vicious and violent criminal people.
Yeah.
And getting back to, the guilt part, that's the reason, part of the reason why they don't want to give reparations. Not that we here want it, but as a people, our people want it because they feel that, because they have been done. But that, the moment they pay that shows guilt.
Yeah.
Once they say, oh, we got to give these people what we owe them, and then you're putting your hands up. Man.
Yeah. And what they don't want with Jake is they don't want Jake to overpass them economically. Because then we're gonna take over their jobs, we're gonna take over them economically, and then we're gonna have our own jobs, and then guess what? Other people are gonna work for us. And the thing with these Edomite Americans, they know the skill set that Jake has. They know the amount of work that we put in. So just imagine that we use that work and build on our, let's just say we use our work ethic and put that back in the nation. We're gonna be surpassing them on every single level. And they're not gonna have elected stand-up. That's the fear. That's why they don't wanna give reparations. But guess what? We know that shit ain't coming anyway because they ain't even got the money for it. They got the money for bombs and these bullets that they're gonna use in the Second World War. That's really where the money's going down to.
Hey, someone should look and see how many towns, black towns, so-called black towns and cities that they destroyed. Imagine if those, they were managed to exist.
Yeah, because it wasn't just Tulsa, Oklahoma.
There was a lot. I think it was near on maybe 100
Every state.
or so.
Yeah.
Are you looking for that? Yeah, man.
This is Job 20:10. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust.
Yeah, and that's another good scripture too. What is it? His sins. Read that again.
Yep. It says, Job 20 and 11, his bones are full of the sin of his youth.
Right. His bones are full of the sins of his youth. And see, what Americans have been told lies about is that America started out with Christian values. No, it did not. The founding fathers of America, they were all Masons. They were all stone building motherfuckers on the left-hand side. That was really what they built in America on. And that's why America has always dived into the left-hand side. That's always been the real power of America, is the left-hand side power. So Christianity, listen, Americans' Christian values, that's all bullshit. Because if America was so Christian, you wouldn't have what happened to Jake on the swords of America. Even that one pastor, man, that pastor, he was kicking the truth a little bit, though. I give him, and I forgot the guy's name, but I did a thing on him, and he was saying that. He was like, man, like America could have been a Christian nation. You know? And that's something that they use too. Esau's been using Christianity as a guise to make themselves look benevolent, look like angels, look like the good old guys, when in fact they were all the bad guys all along. Just like you mentioned, you can't compare the amount of destruction that Esau has caused, the so-called white man has caused, all around the planet Earth. You want to talk about using atomic energy. You want to talk about the guns. Who invented the guns and put the guns in people's hands? It was these devils. So let's just say you got like maybe 1,000 individuals that shot and killed 25 people. How many people you have to also say, how many people did Esau kill by the hands of all of these guns? So Esau got a lot of death. You know, he got a whole lot of death on his table. You know what I mean? That's the analogy I could use.
Hey, what's that scripture when it talks about the lamb being cleansed?
Yeah, somebody get that number. Yeah, somebody get that for the office.
That's the bottom line, isn't it? You know, he's done. He shed a lot of blood, man. You think he can just get away with that? Like that's when we hear them Edomite Christians talk about heaven and stuff like that. You're gonna see heaven, but you ain't gonna see it how you think you're gonna see it. You ain't gonna see how you think you're gonna see it. You're gonna be witnessing it, but you're not gonna be a part of it like that. It ain't for you, man. You're in your heaven right now. That's it. So if your heaven right now is shit, that's on you. Yeah. Because the Lord's giving your people, you know, the fat of the land, basically.
That's right.
So if you're Edomite in this world, man, that's your blessing. That's it.
And I mean, don't get mad, man. Don't get mad because we looking pretty decent now. Look, you just didn't get your cut. You're just gonna have to look at yourself as a two-time loser, yourself.
Sorry, bro. And it shows that it shows, like you said, that they can feel that they're going down because they're still got the power right now, but they're complaining about everything.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But I mean, it doesn't make any sense. But to us, it makes sense. But if you was an outsider looking, then it would have made sense. Yeah. You have everything, but yet you're complaining about it. About, you know, Jake taking over, taking your women and this other crap and talking. Because you know your grip, you're losing it.
Yeah.
It's over, buddy.
When it's over, it's over.
So, yeah, just wait for that fat lady to sing, bro.
Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
You gotta
because Babylon is that's the big scene, right? Where it's all gonna happen. That's where the majority of the destruction is gonna occur. Because what you do. Now they always try to defend what they've done with slavery, but there's a reason why it's called chattel slavery. Because you're using humans like cattle. Right? You're breeding them. You're making the mothers sleep with the sons, vice versa, you know, and the father sleep with the daughter. All this madness, because that's a part of Esau's DNA, incest. So that means it's not even crazy. Right? So you bred our people like that, right? You took a lot of lives, and to this day you still do it. So in order for that, listen, that land is only going to be cleansed by fire.
It has to be. Yeah.
You know, and after the cleansing, it's going to be setting an example. Some people get that to precept as well.
And you know, to include, there's a website I was checking out how they had bottles of soil of the slaves that got lynched in that area.
Oh.
It's buried in. Yeah, there's a particular website on it. So I mean, yeah, they're gonna have to pay. America's gonna have to be destroyed off of that because of the like he was going into number 33.
In fact, you still got them cities.
Yeah. The Devil's Punch Bowl.
Yeah. Because yeah, man, it's like they can't leave Jake alone. Esau is nothing without Jake. That's why, you know, we're going to talk about some of them towns that Jake built out there in Babylon and was thriving alone, doing well. Because without the influence of Esau, Jake does all right. Esau's a heavy influence on the left-hand side of Jake as well. But without him around, them towns were thriving. They had everything they needed. They had schools, hospitals, banks, doctors, surgeries and all that sort of good stuff, fire brigade and all that stuff. You need everything you need. All the logistical elements that you need to run a city or a town.
They had their own schools too.
Yeah, that's important, exactly. Because now you're teaching the narrative that you want your children to understand, not what Esau wants them to know. And they couldn't have that, right? Because they don't like to see this. It's first and foremost, it's fear.
Yes, fear.
It's fear, man.
Can I say something, right? And it's one key word that Esau fears, the word commerce, right? Because they don't want us to be self-sufficient. You know what I mean?
It's true.
They just want it to depend on them. That's what it is. They say if they want to Esau, we go to Esau. If we want to go all things, right? So it's their design. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because like the prophet said, commerce is definitely important because if they're running our pockets, we don't have the food. You know? So they devised all kind of plots and stuff that were believable at the time to go in and destroy them towns, man. Because it was fear. Oh, them niggas over there, they're making money. They're selling this, that, and the other. Now we got to go to them to get certain things.
Yeah, that's it.
Right? They didn't like that. That's why they. Have you ever heard of the reason why? I'll tell this to you. Why there's a negative connection between so-called blacks and Muslims. It's because after slavery, they were selling them. And they were selling them a good, making good money. So they have been trying to disparage it by, making caricatures of Jake's and that big, big coonish smiles and all of that. Waterman. That's why I call the Waterman and Smile. So they did everything in their power to make it a negative thing.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like, if you like food, who doesn't like watermelon?
Oh, come on.
I just had some yesterday.
It's one of the best things. If you want to hydrate yourself, the best thing is to keep one of the best things.
And it's also good for testosterone too. Boosts your testosterone. And the crazy one. Especially if you have two of them.
Hey, scripture say that he accomplishes diligent search. So he knows how to manipulate the minds of the people. He had all the propaganda, the postcards and all that stuff. So in turn now Jake sometimes feel away about eating fried chicken. Even fast enough. Stereotype. Yeah, stereotype. Cool.
This is if something's good, something's good. I don't give a shit about the stereotype.
Yeah, well, we know better anyway, so we don't give a shit about what people to say.
Alright, so this is Black Wall Street. The Greenwood district of Tulsa, Oklahoma, was destroyed in 1921, not the 18th century, the 1700s. While racially motivated mob destruction of prosperous minority towns occurred primarily during the late 19th and early 20th century, the Jim Crow era, rather than the 18th century, several towns and communities suffered total destruction by fire during racial or ethnic riots.
We only talk about the Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street, but there's a couple there. Just read some of the dates as well.
This is only because it's one of the most ones that people talk about.
Yeah.
But and it should really go into the others just to get what you're saying.
And also too is the most successful out of all.
Yeah. They hit that home. They had bombers.
Yeah.
So you had the military involved to a degree. I'm sure it wasn't like a planned out thing, but they had guys that could fly the planes.
Yeah, and that's how they got.
You know one thing I just realised as well, yeah? Really, Edomite superiority is really Edomite insecurity. Because, you know, all these other nations, they can have these kind of things established, but when Jake has it established, oh no, now there's a problem.
Because part of the reason I really read that is because they see how powerful we are.
Yeah.
Because even when we're at the bottom, we still show them that we're better than them.
Yeah.
So that's where the fear comes into play. They're thinking, imagine if these people
had their own thing.
Yeah, had their own thing. We're finished. And you're right, you will be finished because you are actually at the bottom. They're actually, realistically, truthfully, the spiritually at the bottom.
Yep. Racist of men.
And you know too, when you check it too, even their work ethic is trash. Shit. Every single thing is shit. They cook is shit. It's everything is shit. So that's why they're so scared about progress. And you know too, you already know because you know when Jake does good. You know when Jake does good, right? They have the fancy cars and everything, and a lot of them Jakes was driving fancy cars. So they were kind of neck and neck with Esau economically. And them crackers back then, they didn't want this shit. How the hell is a nigga driving the same, if not a better car than me in them days in the 20s? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, listen, he's a projector.
Yep.
Everything that he says about us is what he does. Get that real quick.
This is John 10, and verse 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly.
So that's his MO, man. You know, steal, kill, destroy. That's him. Everything. That's why his social culture is shit. He doesn't have one. He takes from everybody else. He's the biggest culture vulture.
He's uninnovative.
Yeah. This place, it talks about the British Isles. That's not even your place, man. Talk about people being English. What is English? You're not English, man. You come from the caves, man. You know what I mean? This ain't your place. Because you refuse to learn history before you was in power. That's all you know.
Yeah.
You don't know about anything else. You don't know about, ancient civilizations and stuff like that. You know, where the world wasn't separated by skin color.
Right. And another thing too, they talk about, they use like the carbonating thing, right? Oh yeah, the earth is like 1 million years old. Listen, it all changes all the time. One scientist will say, the earth is 20 million years old. The next nigga will say, we done found out it's 40 billion years old. So which one is it? So bullshit.
Confusion. It's to keep you away from creation.
That part.
Yeah, it's to keep you away from the fact of creation and a creator.
Because when you check the scriptures out, the scriptures actually gives you the actual date. If you look and you research, you'll see the actual how old the earth actually is. Yeah. And it ain't no millions of years old. Damn sure that ain't the case.
12,000, between 10 and 12.
Yeah, between them,
This is
This is Job 13 and verse 4. But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value.
That's it. That's how they establish their power through lies, deception. There's no value in whatever they do because whatever they do, the scripture says that the earth. The earth is destroyed.
the earth is defiled, the inhabitants thereof. I'll get that, please.
Yeah, get that. Because you don't do anything that's fruitful to the earth. You just do everything you do is destructive, man. You poison the land. You till the land.
Yeah.
You know, you poison the air. You poison the minds of the people. Everything is just poison. And then you go about like you're the greatest thing on earth when you do this and you do that. Your movies just portray you as the heroes all the time. You're the villains, man.
And that's the reality. The reality is on a global stage, Esau is he is the devil. And that's why for so many years he's been trying to use us as the scapegoat to not have it look like so that that's the case. But even they themselves, they can clearly see now that they're the devil. And we've been telling the world for years, man. We've been on them broad streets, shouting loud, giving it large for years. And we told them, look, you so-called white people are the devil. We told them this. Now they can clearly see it.
And even those other tribes have been building
Yeah.
They see what they do. They come over there. Listen, a man, they're showing themselves. They're showing their house forever. So it's like deny. You see what they've been doing. You have the proof.
Isaiah 24:5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
But then you will say that you're Christians, you know, but you're doing everything that opposes the law, statutes, and commandments. No, that's not how the Lord made it for you to be plastered in a concrete everywhere, with that shit covering up the land. There's vibrations in it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You're selling people water. You've got rid of all the food. You can't be anywhere on this earth. Well, you can some places, but in the westernized places, you can't walk anywhere and stick food. I mean, there are certain places you can get the little bramble bushes, get your berries and all of that, and maybe you might find a little palm tree once in a while, but they've removed the majority of it. So you have to go and buy that shit. Listen, man, the law never set out like that.
Right.
You're supposed to be able to live off this land. And now he's selling you the parts of the land.
And also, too, he's selling you water, that which is supposed to be free.
He's selling you water.
So that's just what it is. And see, this is why we need Yahweh Shah to come back. Because if Yahweh Shah don't come back, we're gonna just suffer slowly but surely and die in the same way. So we need a change in the rulership. That's why brothers, man, all of us are so eager to see the day of the Lord. It's a scary thing in some cases to think about and check it, but it's weird, man, because if the Lord don't come back, hey, you might as well just call it a day and close the Bible, man. And that's not going to be the case, because the Lord ain't a liar. He opened up the books for a reason, so that the books can be told and brought to fruition.
Listen, if you are on the right side of this thing, we ain't got to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's normal to be fearful of the things to come before that. Not fearful, but listen, we're not superheroes out here. We're just men. So we know that there's some terrible things to come. We just pray that the Lord will bring us through that. We're up the election. If we are the election, we believe that, then we'll be fine.
It will be good. But I'm just speaking.
No, I'm just speaking.
Nah, that's cool. I'm just saying, because we're some brothers, well, I mean, most of us were human beings, so that fear is going to kick in. But at the end, because I think the same way as well. Listen, I mean, if you're doing the right thing, you're on the right side, the Most High, hey, everything's going to go smooth. Everything's going to be good.
It's all going to happen. It's all going to happen. So regardless of how we feel about it anyway.
Yeah, it's going to happen regardless. Yeah,
it's going to happen.
Thessalonica 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Yeah, and too, as well, this ain't our rest either. So let's just say we're in that moment in time, right? Where people are lining up and they're getting that mark. And you see niggas walking around with the mark of the beast on. That's going to mark the day where we literally going to be out of here, man. That's going to mark the day of the abolishment of our captivity. That same day is going to be the day we're going to be delivered and saved, and we're going to be able to see Yahweh Shah come back and bring the kingdom of heaven. So that's going to be a very pivotal day, and that's just something I was meditating before I got there. Like, just imagine he was in that day and time, and the thought originated back to the live that I was watching, right, with Apostle Tahar. When he mentioned that, when he told that Benjamin, right, last week, he said, man, the Lord could come in a matter of months, man.
Huh?
And that lit a smile on my face. It's like what if the Lord comes back in a matter of months? What if they put that ship, in activation in a matter of months? That's going to be a beautiful, wonderful thing, I tell you. Just imagine that, bro. And niggas is lining up for real, like remember that you watching the television and they telling you, look, a chaotic scene happened, a T attack happened, everybody gotta go get a trip now. I ain't taking no fucking shit, man.
Imagine that, or you know, massive economic crash.
Yeah, that.
You know.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, let's start talking about now. You know, money. We have to start dealing with this digital stuff now.
Right.
Listen, and the time is speeding up, man. I heard some Edomites talking about how, you know, because that time's moving fast. I'm thinking, it is moving. Like we're not, you know, the time relative to us is not the same as it used to have us. So even though, you know, our understanding of time, it does feel. Listen, I remember telling people last year that I've been working where I work for 10 years. In 2 months, I'll be working 11 years, and I feel like I was just telling them that. That's been playing on my mind all week. Because I'm just realizing that the time is just moving. Yep. It's August.
Yeah, it's like I just realized, right? Just the land back when you were saying that, I just realized the place that I've been living in has been actually 16 years now. That tells you, man, like the office is saying, time is going quick.
Even the time you've been in the truth, that tells you how it's moving.
Matthew 24 and 21. But then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. Like when the mark of the beast comes in a matter of weeks, I would say, or even a month, we're going to be out of here. Like, yeah, we're going to be out and about. Brothers are going to be probably in the wilderness or however it's going to go down. Some brothers are going to be in the cities. But one way or the other, we're going to suffer everything that we need to suffer in a matter of a short span of time. It's going to move quick. It's going to move absolutely quick because once the mark of the beast is coming effect, that's the last prophecy of the book. There's no more to go. There's no need for Esau to go for another 5 months, 10 years, 40 years. It's over and out. That's the last of the Lord. So now the Lord has two things have to happen. Missiles are going to come into this place, and also the Lord he's going to have to return. So the days are going to be short, literally on that time. It's going to be fast. Come on, brother.
Matthew 24 and 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved.
Right.
But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
For the elect's sake, those days are going to be short. So we're going to be out of here before you know it. Because even like right now, as you were speaking about, because you can get up like really early, and time still goes quick. Yeah. A lot of the times when you get up, like when you go to bed early, especially, and you get up, time moves mad slow. But it don't matter what you do now. Time just goes quick.
This week, man.
Talk about it, brother.
Man, you know, I've had this week of work, right? And you know, usually I'm an early bird. I start my day early. You know, Tuesday I slept in a bit. I woke up at 10:30, and then before you know it, like I've done 1-2 things, and it's the end of the day.
It's the end of the day.
Next thing you know, it's the end of the week. I'm like, oh, where'd the time go?
Yeah.
But that's
crazy.
But that's the beauty of it, because like the elder was saying, man, like these are the signs now. So if the day's moving like that, then the week's moving like that, then it just means that everything's moving like that.
Yeah.
So like you said, before you know it, you know, this man's gonna start, you know, breaking shit's gonna start breaking out all over the earth, and all that sort of stuff. The big ones gonna come, you know, slapping first, you know, all that. Big ones gonna come, and that's it. We out.
Yeah. And the reason why time is going so quick too, because you gotta remember, they're building these data centers already now. The data centers are getting built up. So just imagine when the market of beast is actually hit, shit is gonna move fucking quick, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, they're not gonna mess with that.
No.
They're not gonna mess around. They're not gonna mess around when they implement that thing. It's not gonna be some weird drawn out thing. It's gonna be like no. We're gonna have them soldiers in the street.
Yep. Guillotines on them ready.
Lines upon lines of people.
Yeah.
You know, and there's gonna be two lines. There's gonna be lines of people getting forced.
Yeah.
There's gonna be lines of them people that are just willingly gonna come quick.
That's right. And as a matter of fact, to support that, get Revelations 12 and 12.
That's exactly what I'm holding.
Read it.
Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice ye heaven, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short
time.
And these devils are going to come with it, man. It's like right now, you know what I see right now when you check these articles out on this new all this stuff, the data centers and all that, right? You can kind of see that Esau's starting to pick up the pace. Oh, because years ago he was dragging his feet on his agenda. Now he ain't dragging his feet. It's go time now. It's go time. So again, just imagine when we reach that point, this thing is gonna go super duper quick. Just like Apostle Hard told us, man. It's gonna go. You can see it too. Because again, what other reason would it need to slow down? If all of the prophecies have come to pass, right? Okay, you got Jacob's trouble. That's already come to pass. What else you got? You got the second World War III. It's brewing already, right? We already in World War III. We can just call it. That's already come to pass already, right? The mark of the beast. Once the mark of the beast gets in, that's it. There's no more of the prophecies.
Ooh, the race wars.
The race wars, that's already come to class wars.
Yep.
If everything's come to pass already, what more we gotta wait on?
They're here, they're brewing. Yeah. They're going to get to that ultimate stage.
Right.
And then they bring, like you said, they're here. The World War III doesn't have to be like, doesn't just go boom, World War III.
Right.
There's a progression into it.
Yeah, but the progression, and you're absolutely correct, because World War III has to progress. But it's been progressing ever since 19, had a lot of time to progress. Now we're at a point where it's just right here. Go on,
And if I may say this, right? A major thing what Esau is doing is putting people to sleep, right? Because they have all these, the games, the Olympics, everything going on.
Right.
But this scripture says in 1 Thessalonians 5:3, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as a travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Yeah, because the time is going to come. They're going to say, oh, yeah, everything's hunky-dory.
That's it.
The super duper crisis then already came. But they're going to say, look, everybody has to go up and go get the mark now. You know, once you get that mark now, everything can go right back to normal again. Just like when they told a lie 6 years ago, when they said that the particular variant was knocking niggas out. Crazy, right? By these large numbers and shit. And the VC area was already done. I said area. The VC era was already done for. You can go back and do what you was doing before, whether you was going into a bar, enjoying your drinks with your pals, or you was going to a club and you was dancing it up with the women and all of that. You know, getting some box. Everybody can go right back to square one again. That's what they told the world, right? Yeah. So when they push this mark, it's going to be like once everybody got a certain amount of implantable device in them, then everything will go back to normal now. But by then, guess what? The Lord's day is going to suddenly come upon the world. The destruction is going to suddenly come upon the people. You know? And it's going to look like everything's going to be all right, because even we still going to be out here. It tells you that. Wow. As a matter of fact, you give me that, brother. Give me that in Matthew's. Give me that in Matthew's. I think it's the 23 or is it 24? Where it reads that on, what is it?
Days of Noah?
I don't know if I put that there 24. It was me. Yeah, let's get back to that.
Come. Yes, I like it, brother. Yeah, someone give me that in Matthew's 20, I think it's 23 where it reads, right? Blessed are they which is going to be still and well doing. Yeah, blessed are they which when the Lord cometh, he shall see them in well doing.
Oh,
It's 24.
This is Matthew 24, and starting from verse 46, it says, blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing.
Yeah, so we're going to be out there still. That means we're still going to be here. You know, because the Lord, because check this out, the Lord is going to come back, right, after all that's said and done. After the mark of the beast has come to pass, he's going to come to the cut. You know, on this earth and see what we're doing. So we would have to still be here once people are marked. So again, it could be a matter of maybe a month. It could be in a matter of weeks. Go on, my brother.
this is Job.
Oh no, get what he called for. He called on, what is it, Isaiah 60, not 63, 20. 24, yeah.
there's more that goes into the mirth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Isaiah 24. I start at 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
Yes, as we already went into, that's Esau Edom. Bringing bare misery and destruction, not only to the people on the earth, but the earth itself. The animals too. Can't forget the animals. It's fuck them up there. They're in caves and shit. You go to places and you got walkers and it's like full of whales and swimming around in the swimming pool instead of in the ocean.
Yeah, just briefly, brother, too. They said that since 1970, most of the wildlife has been depopulated.
Listen, remember, this man's made animals extinct.
Yeah.
Like, there's been animals that he's actually just hunted to the point where there's no more. That's crazy. That goes to show you his level of terrorism. I'm gonna say that. They talk about, oh, we need to find other planets because they're so intent on fucking this place up. That they're worried about having to find somewhere else to live on another planet. Imagine that. Instead of just getting your shit together, you want to try and go live on another planet because you're fucking this one up so bad. That's crazy. Like, there's psychos.
Verse 6. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh.
Yeah, listen, man. Look around you. Like, everyone's in mirth. There's another scripture that talks about Ecclesiastes, and it's better to live in the house of mourning.
Oh yeah.
Someone could quickly get that. We can jump back into that.
Yes.
And we're not to say that we're walking around heads down, but we understand that it's not joyous. It's not the time to be like joyous. We balance it. We try and have a little relaxation, a little bit of fun here and there, a little bit of break. Brother just said he had time off from work. Why not? You've been working hard, man. You deserve that. 100%. You know what I mean?
I got it.
You got it,
Yeah. Ecclesiastes 7 and 2.
Wait, slack it.
You know what you're saying? Because I think even says even after laughter, there's sorrow.
Yeah, I've got it here. We get it in the next verse.
There's no such thing as eternal happiness.
No way.
No.
He said, a wise man scarcely smiles. You know what I mean?
Those are fleeting moments. Yeah, go on, bro.
Yeah. Ecclesiastes 7 and 2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. For that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to their heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of his countenance the heart is made better. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools are in the house of mirth.
And that's coming to the understanding, that's due to the understanding of the situation that we're in. This is hell. This is not heaven for us. This is hell. So we understand that we're under the pressure here. We can't move like everybody else. We want the heaven. We want what's coming next. So how can we move around? And the majority of Jakes don't understand it. And the rest of the world don't. How can we walk around knowing what we know? Skinning our teeth, as Benjamin likes to say, skinning your teeth. We can't be doing that because we understand that it's not sweet out there, and it's not going to get sweet until we're out of it. So even up to the point of before Yahushua's return, it's still not going to be sweet. It's going to be danger out there. And then Yahushua's going to come back. You know what I mean? Once we're in them chariots, that's the sweet time. That's the sweet time because we're going to be looking, watching down. It says that in Revelation, the 15th chapter. We're going to be watching Babylon up in smoke.
Yes, when we come out of them chariots, we're gonna be living that sweet life, man. We're gonna be living that soft life.
That's it. 100%. That's it, yeah.
That's it, yeah.
Isaiah 24 and verse 8. The mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the heart ceaseth.
Listen, that's it. It's going to come to a point where no one's having fun. When it's remember, when it's a Revelation 12, when the devil starts coming down,
Ain't no fun then.
ain't going to be fun time. Nope.
But you know who's gonna have fun though? Esau's gonna be having fun. It's a beast.
I heard someone say this on a podcast. They were saying that's why these devils, they call them devils, but it's all about the devil. They say that's why they try to achieve the maximum wealth and stuff like that. So they can in turn do all the wickedness that they want to do.
That's really
You can't do the wickedness that they want to do. Let's get the money and the power and the money. That's why they end up doing all this. You know, I'm going to go too deep into this because you know they do their trafficking and all that. Epstein business and all that sort of stuff. That comes from them attaining the power and the money.
Now I just want to just be safe because it takes money for all that. To get all these guns and these bullets, that takes a lot of money.
You got to pay people.
It's expensive.
Hey, I saw this guy talking about football. I can't remember his name, but he's talking about, you know, he was, you know, tell us as quickly as I can that he was greeted by this journalist. He said, yeah, I want to have an interview next week or whatever. So he met up with him and he said, I'm not a journalist. He said, look, if you want to make it to the elite level, you're going to have to do certain things. He was talking about how certain footballers out there, as we already know, there's no part of entertainment where this devil doesn't rule. He's talking about, you know, men having to, you know, unalive their babies and stuff. Or their babies' blood on them and stuff like that. And all these, you know, if you want to do it to this devil, you make spiritual deals. So you know, in 20 years' time, you know, that's it for you. If you want to extend that, then you're going to have to murk somebody else now.
Yeah, like Benjamin would say, right? Benjamin would say,
Yeah. Listen, but we know that they do all that stuff, right? Cannibalism and all that other wickedness, and that's all part of the ritual. So in order to basically the point I'm making is that this devil, that's how he establishes. And even that's the point I was trying to get to. He even said the hospitals are involved. There's people in the hospitals that are involved in this.
Yep.
So you know,
I believe that.
You could have someone in the hospital. Your newborn could be coming out. That would be the time.
Right.
Someone's there and they pay because they have the money. They have the means.
Even your aborted fetuses too. You be getting that man in the blood.
And if you don't want to corroborate or collaborate, there's someone else to get rid of you.
Yep. If I think about 2020, right? When this whole 1-9 thing was going on, you know, a lot of family members were talking about how their elderly, you know, relatives were going to the hospital and there was, you know, there wasn't the best, but they was relatively alright. And next thing you know, they was in the spirit world.
And you know what too?
It's a narrative of
Exactly. See, we're not ignorant of his devices, man.
And you know too, a lot of those doctors as well that they unalive, right? A lot of those people they sold out too. You know, so in order for you, because when you check it, right, the way the brotherhood works, let's just say, right, you have access to information that they tell you about, or they give you some kind of authority, which is, you know, important to them. And you go and tell all raps and you say certain things, that's when they unalive you. Like they did these scientists as well. It came out. All of these scientists just perished out of nowhere. Because what they were trying to do something to maybe have it so that the American people could be told this information. Right. You know, so they just put
some cap on
Hydra. Was it about 11 at the beginning of the year?
I think it was about 11.
Yeah, just got knocked off. Yeah,
they got knocked off.
That's where they're dragging Fauci through the
Yep.
Because it's come out now they have to scapegoat.
Oh my God.
And you know too, we look at Fauci. Fauci has to answer too, because he's in too deep. Fauci can't come around and say, oh yeah, well all of this shit was bullshit.
He didn't know what he was getting involved with.
Yeah, what's that?
He didn't know what he was getting involved with because now,
Yeah.
you know, he's getting understanding of that. And he's thinking, fuck, I was there pushing the narrative.
Yeah.
Now you're fucking trying to put my head in the noose.
Right. Yeah, so
he's
he
throwing it up front.
yeah, so No. He has to go along with it. And the thing with what they found, what it came out about him is the fact that he killed a lot of babies. He killed a lot of people, man. So he's in too deep. He has his dad to the top.
I mean, look, that's the thing. You see, when you're the spokesperson, everyone's gonna have to look at you.
Right.
And then, but really, he was saying what they wanted to see.
Yeah.
So all the people that were doing all the shit behind the scenes, they're laughing.
Yeah, they're laughing. Yeah, absolutely.
So like that's how we read the scripture earlier. It says that they should narrowly look at him.
Yeah.
Right?
You got what he was reading, right? Did he give you-
No, he's not.
Oh, hold it.
Yeah,
hold
that's
it.
fine,
Okay.
Yeah. This is Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 4 and verse 20. It says, observe the opportunity and beware of evil, and be not ashamed when it concerneth thy soul, for there is shame that bringeth sin, and there is shame which is glory and grace.
Yeah, so them devils, man, they're ashamed of themselves for the wrongs that they have committed. And I mean, even though you could say maybe they don't have shame in their heart, like the higher up you go, but certain devils, they have a little shame in their heart. But you know what it's gonna boil down to? When all of them demons leave them that they've been conjuring up throughout the years, all of that stuff is gonna come to them. And they're gonna realize all of the shit that they done did to Jake, all of the shit that they done did to people, killing innocent people, shedding innocent blood, all of that, man, drinking blood, all of that's gonna come to a light. You know what I mean? But by then it's gonna be too late. Now they're gonna have to face the music. See?
Whatever happens to them, there's a lot of bad things that happen to them.
Yeah.
It's going to be fully deserved. That's what
Absolutely.
fully deserved.
And can't let us say, oh yeah, the way you treat the Esau is wrong. No, it ain't wrong. It's going to be fully justified because they think we absolutely wrong against that. It's the same thing with us. The reason why we've suffered the way we suffered as a people is because of what we did. So the Lord is just balancing the scales with us. But once, as a matter of fact, brother, hold what you got, get the Lamentations 4.
You will never hear us saying that we didn't deserve what we got.
Right. What you're rather going to hear him say is we deserve what we got. Because the Lord is a just God. But yeah, I want you to get through this
Lamentations chapter 4 and verse
the last couple of verses.
Oh yeah, I'll start at 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. And the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion.
Right, so the punishment of our iniquity is accomplished. So the Lord looked at what we've done wrong and put it upon us. The curses, the hell, all of that which encompasses the curses. So our iniquity is no more. That's why things are changing now unto Esau. Go on.
He will no more carry thee away unto
As
captivity.
it is also written, affliction, what is it? Affliction shall not be a second time. Go on.
He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
Right, so now Esau's going to be, his sin is going to be discovered. And so now no one can't say, oh yeah, I don't deserve this. No, even Esau's going to be like, you know what? We fucked up as a people. Even they're going to realize it, and they're going to consider in their heart how fucking nation they is. Oh yeah. They're gonna hate themselves, man. They're gonna loathe themselves for who they became, what they did and what they became.
Some of them already do.
Yeah.
See them on the YouTube.
That's true.
Talking about how they hate. They're ashamed to be white, and they hate their own people and shit like that. Because some of them can see morally that they're bad.
Yes,
You can't be, you do things and then you want to make excuses or you want to have no accountability when it's right in your face. And the truth is right there, but as a nation of people, you're still trying to deny the shit from inside. And make excuses for it. Every time you talk about what they did to us as a people in slavery, they always talk about other people doing it. What about it? What about this? What about this? What about that? We're talking about you motherfuckers. Excuse my French. You know what I mean? But, and then, you know, you did these things and you did it worse. That's why there's a specific name for how you run things.
Right.
There's no account for, you know, there was always rules and laws for the way you deal with people subjugated. You know, the things you did was just pure evil. Then that's not what goes beyond you. It goes beyond commerce, right?
Yes, it
Because
sure
you're not
does,
just using the people to make money, to work for you.
Yeah.
You're using them for your sick pleasure. You know, you see that in Django when they're having the man fighting and shit with the dogs and that.
Hanging them upside down and
fighting
fighting.
no more, but you're still trying to force it.
Right. Now I was gonna just say, because you mentioned Django, right? Remember how they hanged him up? They hanged him upside down. They cut off his rod.
Yes,
The rest of his bits.
They used to put the words in the mouth, man. Disgusting.
Yeah.
So they're perverse.
Yeah.
They're perverse people, man. Who's that?
Yeah, this is Job 20 and 10. Right, back to you.
Oh, what time was that?
All right. Well, I'm going to bring some more out anyway. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods.
Right.
Now you've got all these drownings that have been happening in lakes, some of these lakes, infamous or famous lakes, that Esau will be getting tortured now anyway, but the Nolan Wells, right, a lot of protesting and uprising. It's not only just Jakes, now there's a lot of so-called Edomites, some of them are Jakes, but Edomites actually pushing videos saying that you can't, it doesn't add up. And they're fighting for, you know, black people now, you know. So his children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Though he wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, yet his meat in his bowels is turned, it is gall as within him.
Yeah, and if you can't get
That's a side effect of when what you reap. It's another way of saying you reap what you sow.
He ate, but now his belly's mashed up because it was off all the things he did basically. You know, it's coming back. You know,
Chickens come on to you.
Yeah, and if you can too, since you read that, get Psalms 52 in verse 7, I think. What is it that what is it? How does it go? What is it? His words are smoother than butter.
Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah.
What was
Oh,
it?
the group decided the intent of trying to rewrite history.
Well, yeah.
Now this is Psalms 55 and verse 21. Says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
Yet were they drawn swords. Because remember, as you just read, right, that he hideth, what is it? He hideth with the wickedness in his tongue, but it's sweet in his tongue. Because this devil, everything about being evil and wicked is sweet to him. He gets a kick out of it. It's like, again, you can't really help him. Esau can't help be who he is. We can't help but be who we are. So when you're doing something that you're supposed to do, it's sweet to him. So it's sweet for the devil to be the devil. It's sweet for him to just fuck up nature, to mess up your life as a result of it. And you see you crying and sighing your eyes out, all that. He gets a kick out of it. And that's another reason why we need the Lord to remove him out of power. Because if you don't, then guess what? The Lord's going to die. Because he ain't going to change. Like, a lot of people think that this man has a heart to change and he can change his way. This nigga is going to stay the same way he was before. And he's going to, even until this current moment in time. Yeah, never trust thine enemy. It's, what is it? It's so, how does it go? Never trust thine enemy. So is his wickedness. Yeah, go on, man.
Jeremiah 13 and 23. Can an Ethiopian change his skin?
Absolutely not.
Or the leopard his spots?
Right. You can't. And there's another scripture too where it reads, you can't make something
Crooked that is straight.
straight. Yeah. Go on, bro.
Jeremiah 13 and 23. Can an Ethiopian change his skin? Or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil.
Yeah, Esau's accustomed. The Most High customated them to do evil. Oh yeah, get me Proverbs 16:4. He's accustomed to do evil. He can't do right. That's just how that's just how the so-called white man is. Like I said, the only thing that's needed to be done is he needs to get shish kebabbed out of power. That's the only thing. Go on, brother.
What's that scripture talks about? He's like he's addressing creating. Yeah, I get that. So he's made for that.
Are you getting it out?
Yeah, I get it.
All right. Yeah, I've got Proverbs 16:4. The Lord hath made all things for himself, yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil.
Yeah, for the day of evil. And who better to bring the day of evil than Esau? Remember, Jacob's trouble is going to be has to be brought by Esau. What other race of people can bring the day of Jacob's trouble other than Esau? Remember, Esau was against Jacob in the womb. So he's going to be against us in them trying times.
And he has the power to do so.
And he has the power to do so, but guess what? Remember, right, he was joking about how the fun is going to stop, right? And he was reading those kind of scriptures. That's going to be the day for the devil to have fun. And guess what? After the devil gets done having fun, who else is going to have fun? The Lord is going to come in between and have fun.
You have to laugh. It's going to be great. Watching the terror in their faces. Knowing, remember, what's it? Was in the Solomon?
Right.
It's a good chapter. They're going to see. They're going to see why, we've been through what. They're going to see who the Lord's people are.
Yeah.
Basically. Because even though the entire nation of Israel is not going to make it like this, the Lord is still dealing with Israel.
Regardless. They're going, huh?
Psalms 37 and 8. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil, for evildoers shall be cut off. But those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth.
Yeah, so that's what's going to happen with Esau. Esau, once he gets done doing what he got to do, the Lord is going to cut this nigga off. And we're going to come after him in his stead. We're going to rule it, and as well as the stricken, we shall inherit the earth. Because as it is also written too, pride and furious anger was not made for men. And Esau's going to find it out. Because even your own anger can destroy you.
Yeah.
Even with men, like it happens all the time. You see, when men get emotional, like things break, doors break.
Yeah.
Your mirror breaks, man. You throwing shit. You know what I mean? Like you just want to just fucking break everything to the point where you end up breaking your life.
Yeah.
So what do you think is going to happen with Esau with that frustration? He going to break his own fucking shit. He going to lose his shit.
Let me read this. I haven't read anything. Job 20 and 22.
And that's why we as men, we got to hone in our emotions. Man.
Right.
We can't get emotional. As a matter of fact, the scriptures talks about that too. If you can't, just real Salaki, brother. Just real quick, get me the book of Proverbs where it speaks about what is it?
For spirit?
No, yeah, you can get that too, but there's one where it mentions water, right? Holding your water. And if you draw out water, you what is it? You bring contention, something like that. So someone type of water in contention, it should come up. Because it's so true, man. Listen, I'll be a brother to lie to you, man, and tell you I haven't got emotional. I've got emotional plenty of times. And we all got emotional. We've broken things, man. Doing shit, man. You know how it is, man. So that's why we gotta hone it in. Men are gonna, we're gonna get emotional because we're men, but I'm just saying, that's gotta be honed in. Leave that for women. Because when a woman gets emotional, it can be destructive to a degree, but not to a degree when a man gets emotional. That shit is not good for us.
Scary too.
And it's scary too.
People doing life in prison because of one bad moment in their life.
Right. Yeah, it's true, man. A man's emotions can destroy him. It really can. I'm not just saying it, man. Like, hey, I'm in my mid-30s, man. Brothers is older than me, but I've seen shit. I'm young enough and old enough to have seen shit.
And that proves your point because that's why it's more important for us to know our emotions.
Yeah.
Because when a man loses it, it's usually over something that is very important, very deep.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
you know, man, with the power of man can hold. That's why men dealing with men, you know, you have to be careful how you deal with another man, how you deal with another man. So you talk, the way you talk and the way you move, because there's always that element of, you know, what's the next step?
Yeah,
violence.
Exactly. Violence, yeah. And that's the thing, and that's another thing too. That's why you gotta treat brothers with respect too. Because some brothers come from a hardcore life, man, and they don't really deal with that too tough. Things happen, and if it happens, then that was a law. Because you shouldn't have did that to that brother. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. Keep going, brother. And really, that's the way we're supposed to be anyway. Because you know, when you come to serve the Lord, you come as a disciple, remember. And the term disciple associates with the word discipline. So you can't just be here, you know, coming in your own kind of way with a certain attitude, or you just saying whatever comes in your mind. You gotta hold it. You gotta have some kind of decorum. Go on, brother.
It's Proverbs 17 and 14. The beginning of strife is as when one letteth out water.
That's the one right there. Read that again.
Proverbs 17 and 14. The beginning of strife is as when one letteth out water.
Right. The beginning of strife is when one letteth out water. What does that mean? Letting out of your emotions. That's when strife comes in. You know, because guess what? Somebody could be emotional and all that. You could be emotional. Now y'all both come into blows. Now y'all are breaking your own cars and shit. You know, you fighting. You want to rush this nigga. You know, grab his head and put his head in the window and break the window and shit. He want to do the same thing to you. And y'all are bleeding all together. Can't be doing that. You getting into a brawl. I mean, niggas like to brawl and shit. You know? Shit to speak about that, man. Being on a brawl. But that's what happens. That's what happens with them. When men get emotional, man, bullshit happens. Yep. You know? A man's emotional will have him even lose whatever good he has. Whether it's, you know, a position at a job, whether it's a relationship, whatever the fuck it is that's good for that man, he's gonna lose that shit, dog. You know? Like you might, let's just say you're a cat, right, and you own a business that's like worth, you know, $100 million or something. You can end up losing your business based off of you going fucking berserk. You know, you spazzing out at your colleagues, your workers, man, you're going crazy at them, they don't want to work with you no more. Now your whole entire empire is away. And that happens a lot of the times too, man. It happens a lot. You know? Yeah, that's what happens. Go on, brother. A whole lot of shit happens, man. Big losses come with when men get emotional. Go on, now.
It's Proverbs 17 and 14. The beginning of strife is as when one letteth out water. Therefore, leave off contention before it is meddled with.
Yeah, and that's a lesson to you younger brothers out there, man. Like, make sure that you're walking with some kind of mental structure. Because when you're mentally out of place, what happens is that your life ends up out of place. Now you're in a fucked up situation, blaming the devil. The devil done, you know, got me fucked up. No, nigga, you got yourself fucked up. Because you couldn't hold your shit together. You know what I'm saying? You was more thinking emotionally than thinking spiritually.
I've said a lot of times, and it's truth, man. You got to learn to take L's, man.
That part.
You can't be jumping into fights and that bullshit. You just have to just sometimes smile and walk home. Just move on, forget it. Because we got bigger fish to fry.
That's it. And when you think about it too, you know when you get into trouble, right? You feel like shit, man. You know, you got that butterfly feeling in your stomach, and then some shit happening to you, right? You gotta be on. It's like, you know, you could be suspended or whatever, and then all of a sudden, a lot of time is wasted, bro. Like, let's just say you got suspended, like for like 5 months or for 8 months or whatever, or indefinitely. You know how much time you could have spent just doing something constructive while you was in the camp? So you gotta look at that too. And I only talk like that because I don't really like wasting time. So if you just use wisdom on every second, and you hugging your emotions like a man really supposed to do anyway, you can save you can save yourself from a lot of trouble and save a lot of fucking time. And you can use that time to do something constructive with your damn self. Go on, brother.
Romans 12 and 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourself, but rather give place unto wrath.
Right.
For it is written, vengeance is mine,
Saith
and
the
I
Lord.
will repay, saith the Lord.
Yeah, because you can't do shit about nothing anyway. Because even I myself, I have to put myself in this too. Because I remember years ago, I used to walk around angry. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you brothers peeped it when you was in Waterloo Station days. I was angry with everything, man. I was just a fucking, a man filled with anger. I was an angry vessel. I used to be on the train, man, smoking, stoning, and all of that. You know what I mean? I would come to camp sweating with anger. I'm being serious, man.
Maybe not for the newer brothers, but older brothers, definitely was like,
Yeah.
definitely was like, coming to this thing.
Yeah, you angry. Like you wanna like knock somebody's melon out. Like, you kinda wanna do that. And then you realize that, bro, you can't do anything about it. So the best thing to do is to calm the fuck down, chill out, because guess what? You ain't doing shit about nothing. So what's the point of all that energy anyway? You only get emotional if you're gonna do something about something.
Right.
Everything is for everything. Everything has a reasoning for. Right? So if I can do something about this person or whatever, then I can get emotional. But if I can't do anything about it, I need to just fall back. Because all I'm gonna get myself is in a tizzy. I'm gonna, have a mental fallout, blow my fuse, so to speak, and lose my fucking life in the process. Go on, my brother. So everything now has to be calculated. You gotta calculate shit. Go on now. We're gonna close out soon anyways. Pushing about that time.
Psalm 46 and 10. Be still and know that I am the Most High. I'll be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth.
Yeah, exactly. So we gotta be still. We gotta let the Lord ride this whole thing out. This is His program anyway.
Yep.
So whatever you want to do, you gotta just fall back, my brother. Because if you do something silly, you're gonna be out the camp. I'm just speaking in general. I ain't speaking about anyone in particular. But even I myself, if I get found out doing something silly and it gets reported, I'm out. Depending on the situation, I'm out of here. So again, I ain't got time to be worrying about all that. So I gotta just pump them down, calm myself the fuck down, and take it one day at a time. Go on.
Verse 11 says, the Lord of hosts is with us. The Most High power of Jacob is our refuge.
Right.
Salah.
Salah, there you go. So the Most High is our refuge. He's our covering. So whatever the Lord is going, whatever we want to happen, the Lord is going to do it anyway. And we pray to the Lord to get our wants exactly. That's how it's supposed to be. Because when Yahweh Shah comes back, even if he doing damage, he's going to do more damage. He's going to do breaking niggas' hearts out. Laying niggas the rest of the way he's going to do that shit. He's going to have the power to do it. We don't have the power to do that.
Yeah, that's why you can't. That's why after a while of being in the truth, it's constant learning, isn't it? So you realise that why are you angry all the time? You have to balance it. Like, all you're doing is mashing up the spirit.
That's all you're doing.
You have to balance it. Yeah, it's alright to be angry sometimes.
Yeah.
You should be bullshit sometimes.
Yeah.
But then you have to remember, like the elder was saying, man, it's like the Lord is going to put me through this. Yeah. We have to be patient. That's what it says in Revelation. Man. The patient, faith and the patience. All this suffering is patience. Yeah. So we have to wait and see what is bullshit happening around us. Knowing eventually that the Lord is going to clean this shit for a lot of people to death as they deserve and put us in our right place. So we have to worry about taking. We're never going to take those in the kingdom again.
That's
no more else now.
That's a very good
ever. Imagine that. And you said earlier about those you're happy then you're sad again. Because you don't have constant happiness. There's no eternal happiness. It's only fleeting. But imagine you don't even know what it's like to be always happy.
Like brothers may say, you gotta be positive, but really, you ain't really positive. You know what I mean? So, in the kingdom, we're gonna know what it's like to be constantly on a positive tip. We don't really know that shit. Keep going, brothers.
I'm paraphrasing. It says the scripture says, trying to remember it. I'm trying to get it. It says that you should never be beneath. You should always be above.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah. So to have that kind of experience, to be above all the time, that must be a nice feeling. You know what I mean?
This is Psalms 37 and jump down to 38. It says, but the transgressor shall be destroyed together, and the end of the wicked shall be cut off. But the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord.
Right.
He is their strength in the time of trouble.
Right, he is the strength in the time of trouble. So we gotta go to the Lord. Whatever we want, we go to Yahweh Shmi Sham. We pray for it. Because we can't do nothing about it. Let's just say you go and attack me. You can have like maybe 40 cops come storming down to you, man. Putting you down to the floor and shit. You know what I mean? Let's just say you bloodied up and eat them out or whatever, right? That's the treatment you're gonna get. Then they're gonna put you in the back of the truck and then you can get your ass some time or another. You know, put you in the precinct. Now you gotta do time on that. Now you gotta go, do this court case. Before you know it, you wouldn't wasted all of this time. And most of that time is gonna be sent towards you going in the official jail system.
What did Yahweh say to people when it comes to it?
Right.
So that wasn't the time. That wasn't the time
Really
for the sword, man. There's a time for that. It says in Ephesians, there's a time for war, there's a time for peace. Right now, we're about the spiritual warfare. That's our war, spiritual. Everything that the prophets are doing, right, that's the reason why the earth is getting fucked up and Esau's losing his power.
In the first place.
Because of what the prophets are out here have been commanded to do by the Lord. It's the spiritual factor.
Yeah. And I like that you mentioned it, and that also proves that's why we don't really gotta be so fucked up, because it's like things are getting done the way you see fit. This world is changing for the greater works. People are starting to get real biblical now. Why they get real biblical now? Because they watching our videos. And why they watching our videos? Because they wanna get some sense of spiritual hope. Because there ain't no hope in this world. So they want to resort to watching us. Before, we was just guys you could just walk past, like we ain't saying anything. But right about now, the world ain't giving the people that zest. So now they need some spiritual upliftment while they watch us. And they could watch us as much as they can. They're not going to get what we're saying anyway, because they're not of the elect. Now, some of them could, but most of them ain't going to get what we're saying. Yeah, read them precepts, bro.
I got one here.
And I was just going to say that the battle is already won.
The battle is already won.
At the end of the day, like the future, the past, the present, the future is in the Holy Bible.
That's it.
So we already know how it ends.
Yeah. And that's another reason why we could just chill. We could relax and be still and know that the Most High is who He is.
It's beautiful, because as you said before, we say all the time that the Lord is a man, He doesn't lie.
Yeah.
And everything is written in the scriptures. Zephaniah 3 and 8. Therefore wait upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey.
Right.
For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
Yeah, and remember too, Ray's vengeance is mine, save the Lord. So again, the only man that can have that anger in his heart really is Yahweh Shah. Why? Because he's gonna have the power to actually reach us. And plus it's gonna fulfill, of course, prophecy. To do away with this system and with that same anger, he's gonna have to remember mercy. Right? So even anger is for a purpose too. And Yahweh Shah is gonna have all of that anger for the purpose of doing just all of those things I've said. You know what I mean? Because we need help. We need support. We need that physical power to be literally with us, for us to transform and literally transition from this world to the next world. Right? I tell you what you do. Huh? Yeah. And then someone can get 2nd Ezra 6 and 9 too. Let's start with verse 6 to verse 7. And that's the ultimate thing right there. Like when it was written, the book of Revelations, John the Revelator himself, he pretty much saw the vision of Yahweh Shah's return. He saw the ships, and he saw what people were able to see on earth, that every eye shall see him. So a grandiose return is coming of the Lord himself. Go on, brother. As a matter of fact, read what the officer said
Yeah, of
first.
course, yeah.
And you know the Lord is going to show too. The Lord is going to show that the so-called black man and the so-called Latino Native American Indian are the real Israelites. That's going to be statement here on this earth. And all of the lies that were told about us is going to be eradicated from off the face of the earth. And it's going to be well known that even the Most High is a so-called black man. That's going to be well known.
All that myth about them JWOs
To rest.
So that in front and everybody already knows and still trying to uphold this lie that you're the children of Israel.
Right.
Come on, man, there's nothing about you that says that you are Most High's chosen people, man. Nothing.
Right.
Everything they've done to attain that, to keep that going is by deceit and wars and theft and, the Lord has allowed that.
Right. And you know, too, it's funny you mentioned that, right? Because when I was where I was at, right, it was two women that was probably like maybe about 40. But you know, Edomite women, man, they age
milk.
Yeah, they age like milk. They don't age pretty good. So they were young women, but they just look old, right? So they both came up to me, and one of them mentioned, yeah, you know, they can't be the people of God. They can't, because that's what she was thinking I'm teaching. You know what I mean? And then I said, oh yeah, well maybe they ain't the people. So she beautifully corrected me and said, no, they ain't the people. You know what I'm saying? Something along those lines anyway. And, you know, I was saying,
He was being subtle about it, right?
yeah, I was to a degree. Yeah, I was.
Subtle.
Yeah, because I didn't know if they were. Yeah, so she says to me, she said, you gotta be diplomatic.
Well, this is Revelation 1, verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen.
Yeah, all of the nations, man, every single soul on this earth is going to wail because of the return of the Messiah. So it's not going to be no happy, good days where the Lord is going to come, and he's going to come with this long, dark, and stringy hair, with the blue eyes, and he's coming with a soft presence, and he's going to tell everybody, stand and hold each other's hands wherever you're at, and there's going to be passed around roses and all kinds of, rap.
Singing hallelujah.
There's pictures of that. And, I've seen paintings, you got people who rule the dead nations,
Right.
and they're wearing their typical attire that they'd wear and all that shit.
right.
You know what I mean? It's not going to be like that, man. You can get on them trips as well, man. Woe to you that, what is it?
Right,
Desire the day of the Lord, man.
Right. Yeah, you go see people hold hands.
What's that saying itself, man? It's terrible times, man.
I remember when I was a boy at school, they used to sing this song, Kumbaya,
Well, that's our people's song anyway.
Yeah, you see?
That was our people's song in
Right.
when they still remembered, when they actually still remembered.
You see?
Right. Like there was this one song right that famously came out, and all the celebrities sung it, man. We are the world.
Yeah.
We are the children. You know, that bullshit. Yeah, that was all propaganda. Yeah, so when the Lord get back, we're going to see something quite contrary to what we were taught.
And it talked about the clouds, man. Them clouds are chariots.
Right.
See, these Christians and that, these people who don't understand, they actually believe that he's just going to be floating down for the
Right.
And now you know how much I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But we have technology.
Right.
There's celestial technology. Which are the chariots. We see them. We see them at the time, not to be boasted.
Yeah, we
So it happened last week in my garden.
So we see them, brothers see them. Sometimes you don't see them for a long time.
Yeah.
And then you see them in multitudes. But he's coming back with an army of chariots, right? Army of angels, and they're about to decimate. And it says that all the earth, man. So wailing. Because why? Because they know that they've been living a life. They've been treating the Lord's people.
Yep.
They've been crucifying the Lord, in many different ways. Being wicked and evil and all that sort of stuff. So it's time to pay for it.
Yeah.
people understand karma.
Oh, absolutely. Especially the
Payback
so-called
justice.
white man.
They understand it. They know it's true. You know you can't just keep doing shit and getting away with it. Eventually it's going to come back.
Yeah.
And that's what that is.
This is Sirach 35 and verse 18. For the Lord will not be slack, neither will the mighty be patient toward them, till he have smitten in sunder the loins of the unmerciful, and repaid vengeance to the heathen, till he have taken away the multitude of the proud, and broken the scepter of the unrighteous.
Right, and broken the scepter of the unrighteous. What is a scepter? A scepter is something to hold to solidify your kingdom.
Yep.
So Esau's power is going to be slipped. Go on.
Verse 19. Till he have rendered to every man according to his deeds, and to the works of men according to their devices, till he have judged the cause of his people.
Right, and that's another king point too. Until he have judged the cause of his people. Doesn't it also read that he have a controversy with Zion? So that's the case that he hasn't let go. So the Most High has a bone to pick with the so-called white man. Right? So this so-called white man, he has a whole lot to look forward to, just like we do. Right? But he has a whole lot of bad to look forward to. That's the difference. Go on, brother.
And made them to rejoice in his mercy.
And made them to rejoice in his mercy. We're going to rejoice in the mercy of Yahweh Shah. And part of that, part of our rejoicing is going to be with an actually, with a double-edged sword, so to speak, to get down and dirty. Yep. With a, just with a lack of words. You got to be PC nowadays. Yeah. But Yahweh Shah is going to do a lot of hurt first. That's the main thing. Yeah, so what time is it?
He deserves it, man. He deserves it. It's like same way you have with Shah, he's going to have, that's why he gets to have his vengeance.
Yeah.
We're going to be kicking ass in the kingdom. So he's going to have to get. That's why I said. Read that again.
Oh yeah.
Revelation 1, verse 7, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. They also which pierced him.
So the same dudes that, had him on the cross, pierced him, they're alive. They're alive today, man. And he has a controversy with them.
Yeah.
They're going to have to pay for what they did back then. So that's just to show you how much I don't forget that. No, he ain't just coming back to just deliver. He's coming back for his own purpose.
Yeah.
He was humiliated.
Yes, he sure was. And the amount of pain he had to deal with for 3 hours. Man, listen, man. Esau don't know what's coming down the pipe. He has no fucking idea. These jackass, low-level, base-headed, air-headed Christians, they don't get what's coming down the pipe. They have no understanding. When Yahweh Shah comes back, man, it ain't, listen, like we just was joking about. He ain't coming back with no rose. He ain't coming back to command all people to hold fucking hands. What he's going to come back and do, bro, is he's going to lay a lot of niggas to rest. And a lot of blood is going to be shed. That's in Revelation 14.
I've got something here, which is touching. Isaiah 53 and 7. He was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He was brought as a lamb to the slaughter, and his sheep before her shearers is dumb, so he opened not his mouth.
Yeah, and that's a good point, because, like I said, he was humiliated. And I can't lie, I nearly got emotional. I had to rein myself in. It's the things that he did to Yahweh Shah, and he kept stum, as they say. He said not a word. Why? Because he knew what his role was.
Yeah. And you know what too? I'm gonna try to make some real briefly. And you always think about Yahweh Shah when you almost get emotional and you shed tears. It just never felt.
And all for the sake of what? So we could have repentance of our sins and be able to admit it. So it was all about, if he didn't do that, then the Lord could have just put us away as a people. The Lord have mercy. Things that Yahweh Shai to go through, man. They're not depicted even in the scriptures how
Yeah.
they're happening. Because we're not privy to know that. No, we're going to know all those things. We're going to know all those things what happened. There'll be stories to be told. There's stories, not stories as such, but there's truths that happen that we don't even know about. We don't know about. Everything's in the scriptures. You know, what's that movie that came out? The Passion of Christ. They tried. Give them that. They tried to show it, even though they used the Edomites, but they tried. I believe that Jim Caviezel was a Jacob.
Oh, come on.
But they tried to depict how wicked it was, but they wasn't even close.
Yeah. Yeah, Jim Caviezel, yeah, he was an Israelite. Yeah.
It was really,
And he played it well too. Played his role very well. Yeah, who's reading?
This is Isaiah 42 and 13. The Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yea, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies.
Yeah, he shall prevail against his enemies. Who are his enemies? All of these other nations are his enemies. He's going to take all of these empires down, man, and break them down to nothing. Break them down to dust. And set up his own kingdom. Daniel chapter 2. But the numero uno enemy of the Lord is his so-called fucking white man. Go on.
Verse 14. I have long time holden my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman.
Right. Now he's going to cry as a travailing woman. That's pregnant. Let's get ready to give birth. And her water's breaking. Go on.
I will destroy and devour at once.
So he's going to destroy and devour at once. It's kind of like a lion does when it's prey. Once the lion grabs you up, man, that's your ass, man. Once it grabs your neck, especially, and it suffocates you, and you're dead, guess what? You're going to be left but skeletal remains. That's what's going to be left with you, skeletal remains. So once Esau gets done with this damn devil, he ain't coming back in the power no more. It's going to be over and out with Esau. Absolutely.
oh, like we're getting into it, and he's not. He's not coming back on some light shit. It'll be like, little chariots that we obliterated. Obliterating angels, man. And he's gonna use some of the elects, man.
Michael's, Michael's doing
Yep. Terrible times, man.
terrible.
It's the book of Revelation. No, you want to get yours first.
No.
Okay. Revelation 2 and 26 to 28. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of potter shall they be broken to shivers.
Yeah, that reminds me of Jeremiah 51:30. I will break in pieces the nations, and that will become my battle axe of weapons of war. So Yahweh Shah is going to sweep us up for that. But we have to endure all so that we can afford the prize and the prize of the nations. And that's what we was getting into before. Because what these nations are going to do? They're going to make us look pretty now. They're going to build our wonderful palaces. Even our walls are going to be the walls of praise and salvation. Right? Even the roads are going to be paved with gold and burn. We just read about that, right? So we're going to be looking wonderful. We're going to be looking brilliant. Excellent.
It's going to take time. I mean, think of all the things that have to be thrown down. Yeah, I said that, it will be thrown down.
Right. It's got to go. Now, I just wanted to say real quick, because we're not going to use Esau's build to build on our kingdom. Fuck that. This shit got to go down, man. We're going to build from scratch.
The beauty of it is that we're going to have so we're going to sit back and watch these niggas, because they're going to be the new niggas by the way. Just break everything down and build it back up how we want.
That's right. That's right. And even if we got to sleep outside, then there's so do, man. And even outside is going to be sleep. We might not even want to leave outside. all of them beautiful birds is gonna be on you, man, and all that, man. Boom.
As soon as you said that, Elder, the bird just chirped. See that again? That's Oreo, boy. That's Oreo.
Like, just imagine you on the floor, right? And it's nice and soft on the floor. Yeah. And then you open your eyes and your ears and shit, and you hear them beautiful birds just chirping, and you see one. And it's got like a bright blueness to it. It's beautiful.
Everything's going to be beautiful because our minds are going to be at rest.
That's right. That's right.
Once our minds are at rest, there's nothing to worry about. Doesn't matter how long anything's going to take.
Right. That's right. Even if it take you 2 months to build yours, and it's going to be quick too, because you won't have a plantation of motherfuckers, right? You may have like 20,000 motherfuckers build your palace for you. Like even right now, you got people constructing. It's like there's only about 40 people, and quite a bit gets done in a matter of time.
Yeah.
And like maybe about 5 months or so, it should be getting done. So just imagine you got 20,000 people working on your palace of your end. That's just gonna get done quick. Go on.
This is Isaiah 63 and verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah?
Is there any more now? The second one you called for. Okay, come, go on.
With dyed garments from Bozrah, this that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength, I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, because that represents the bloodshed that's going to happen. Not literally the house I have a blood in. You think it's going to come and have blood in it? No way. Nah, man. It's nothing. Read it.
So it says, who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah? This is the glorious, that is glorious in his apparel.
Yeah, glorious in it. So he's coming back new, man. He's coming brand new. Remember how we talked about, I think last week, about how you have a shot, how they dealt with him, man. He was in his shame, man. He was showing himself when they put him on the cross.
Yeah.
Everything was exposed.
You kind of remind me of that song, brand new shit. What?
Oh yeah.
Brand new.
Yeah. But yeah, he's coming back brand new, man. Fresh to death. Fresh to put people to death.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that and it says, what does it say?
It says, this that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in his greatness of his strength.
And them chariots, once again. So he's coming back with full. Remember, we're talking about the Son of the Lord of Hosts.
Absolutely. The second spirit that was ever created.
So he's going to come back with all them chariots, like decimation, pure decimation. We see the movies, the likes of Independence Day, War of the Worlds. War of the Worlds was, for me, the way they were them niggas to death in that film was just, that was a good depiction in my opinion. They was turning people to dust and shit. You see the panic, people running here, they're running into each other.
Right.
Man, everyone was going crazy.
And too, brother, just to correct you a bit more, because decimal, right? Decimal means 10. 10, yeah. The 10th. So the Lord is going to annihilate these niggas. Yeah.
Yeah, annihilation is the way right for the Son. Because what we've done to Yahweh, what we've done to the Lord's people, we've done to them. There's a lot to pay for. We've always said this. The devil's got a lot to pay for. You can't just ride off into the sunset.
Right.
Sorry about that.
Right. Yeah, like sorry about it. Like you just did something. Like you didn't mean to do that. It was a big mistake. No, nigga.
But that's how they want us to feel about it. Yeah, that was the past. Get over it.
Yeah.
Listen, these things are passed down, man. Spiritually.
It is.
We can't get away from them. That's what they don't understand why we can't. But we talk about things that didn't actually. They too much generationally reincarnation. Some of them did happen. Some of these things did happen to us.
Right.
But they don't understand why we have such a blessing. Because they don't treat us like. If it was anybody else, they'd understand. They don't treat us like.
And you know what too? It's in the movie when you check it, because remember, it's been happening to us for years. and they've had us under subhuman conditions, and they've been, projecting that kind of notion that we're second-class citizens, we're subhuman. So that's kind of like ingrained in a way. But guess what? Slowly but surely, as time progresses, they're looking at us. They're gonna have to look at us as human beings, man.
You're gonna look at us some more than that.
But more than that, though, when your Howard Shag gets back, yeah.
We're in the kingdom. We're gonna know that we're better than just human beings.
Right.
Spiritual beings.
It's that time, isn't it? Yeah. All right, though. So we'll close out. Giving all of the praise and the glory to the Most High and His Son.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, B'Kakadah.
And double honors to the outer apostles of the great known stone, and to include the other bishops on down to the tallest one of the world in the Holy Spirit. And unto the elect, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, 1,000. Shalom.
Shalom.
Let's line up.